by far.
Here it is. Move the timer down into the box. And I'm also online on the voice chat. You have your voice box unmuted. Wow, that's unfortunate.
So I just created this dope website with Wix. Let me show you how I did it. First up, go to Wix.com. Now this is where the magic happens. You're gonna add an image and some text. Oh, that's nice. First, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the font. Wait a minute, Frank, Brandon, David, who are these guys? You know, one day I'm gonna create feral font. You guys know I got a lot of videos. Here, I've uploaded them all. And with a subscription, you guys can check out my top secret material.
Hey, yo, I'm killing it in this high quality.
See, I'm a sharing kind of guy. So here's my Instagram, instant access. I look good, what? Man, I know how hard it is to make people stand up and listen, but with a site like this, you're already there. Go to Wix.com and create your stunning website today. That's all you got to do. It ain't hard. You ain't doing nothing. Stop eating chips.
If you write anything on your computer, you need to get Grammarly.
I write pretty much all day, every day, and Grammarly makes my writing better.
As a student, I like that it's free.
It actually is correcting everything as I'm writing it.
Grammar errors, spelling errors, and even helps me find the right words to use so I can say what I want to say.
It catches all those embarrassing little mistakes before I hit send.
I downloaded Grammarly around my freshman year because I was just horrible at typing.
Grammarly is like my secret weapon for writing papers.
It's the perfect tool for your resume. You don't want any errors when it's your first impression.
I use Grammarly for important emails, social media posts, which there are a lot of.
I've used every tool out there, and Grammarly is by far the best for improving your writing.
Grammarly is making me a better writer, and it's free.
I would recommend Grammarly if you're a student.
My family.
My peers, my colleagues.
It's like having your own personal proofreader.
Warhood could be your triple caster.
Hey, I just created a Wix website for my business. Let me show you how I did it. Let's go to Wix.com. I can add anything I want and change things as I go. Our business idea is big. It's a hotel in space. I know, it's mind-blowing. And I'm gonna add a beautiful gallery and switch up this layout. I love how these cosmic photos are displayed in the highest resolution. Every few days, we post something new on our blog. Today's topic, life in zero gravity. An FAQ is great because when it comes to space, you've got questions and we've got answers. With Wix Chat, we can answer any question at any time. I'll add Wix events so we can promote our big liftoff in 2021. Guests can register, buy tickets, and I can manage the whole guest list right from my site. Now this is a website that's out of this world. Go to Wix.com. Create your stunning website today.
he's inside here. Yeah, I invited him just now. Is he in casters? Yeah, he is. He's muted. Spread. Listen, I can only be so aroused. I see that this argument is going quite well. I understand where Rutledge is coming from. I just feel like it's very hard to get everybody organized, and then you want to put like the support main who probably hasn't played a mid lane game in like 5 weeks into like your mid lane, like your mid lane was already your weakest role. It just seems rough to then just do that, and then like they're having a jungle main playing their support this game but they planned for that. They knew that he was going to be playing support this game because Sister had to work. That's it. You literally now have to play against a mid laner who's never played with the team before. Hello? What if it's a Smurf? Then you win the games regardless. Hello? What do you mean?
Life is too short for fear.
Fantastic. I'm pretty excited. There's a very long streaming going on today. We got the Conqueror versus Havoc, 99ups versus Aether, and then we have the ESG versus OC Nation, and I'm pretty excited to watch that one. And the second one I'll be playing it, so, you know. Lame. Pretty excited for the day. How about you, Drax?
Your opinion, I'll beat it out of you.
Well, I'm here to answer the call. Just eating some bacon, drinking some water, you know. Classic. Classic Sunday diet, yep.
A good, healthy breakfast. I like it. I like it. We're gonna go right into these bands. Get the Alawi band, the Vi band for Havoc. Not really wanting either of those to be seen on the side of Conqueror. We have the Conqueror banning out the Nocturne, the Rakan, and the Kaisa. I don't know if he's played it so far in the I don't know if he's played in the BSG, but he's been playing a lot recently on his op.gg. Alright, I will say one thing about this draft so far. Mistake was made. Mistake was absolutely made. A mistake was absolutely made. I was about to say it, and I was just like, they banned Nocturne instead of Trundle on the side of Conqueror. Gimpy, I don't know if he plays Trundle, but Razzle is now going to play Trundle, and he does play Trundle. And Gimpy has not played it because every game they've opted to ban the Trundle rather than pick the Trundle. If they, oh my god, Whee! I mean, if I was like any sort of like human being with a semblance of what I want to do and pick ban, I think if they're trying to bait out the Trundle pick, and I think they have a counter to it at this point. If they feel more comfortable banning Nocturne over the Trundle, I feel like they just have a plan now. If they haven't opted to first pick it, because I feel like that's a mistake. But look, I don't think Havoc bit it. Razzle does play the jungle, or does play Trundle jungle, and is still pretty strong. Oh no. All right. Yeah, it is biked up. They have Morgana support already, and they took the Morgana, so you don't have to deal with the Morgana support from Yeso to deal with the Pike. Uh-huh. Yeah, their 2v2 prowess on the side of Gwyn and Yasuo is fantastic. I really like the Nami pick. They opted to pick Morgana into Nami, and Nami just wins that by being more useful as the game goes on, and just having the ability to sustain through a Morgana's poke as long as they don't need a binding. Draven just being able to punish both these champions. If a binding ever goes wide, he can just run at them like a monkey and then just throw axes at them until they cry.
No cure for fools.
No.
Don't worry, guys. Dota actually wasn't talking that entire time. It was just Vassal talking to himself.
I have a lot of imaginary friends. I have one named Bobo the Hobo. He's very nice. He has a bottle of wine stuck inside of his hat, which is made up of a paper bag. It's fantastic. All right, I got a question. You ready?
Yeah. Okay. Ah, hey.
All right, that's good. That's good. That's good. I mean, I heard you. See, now they ban the Trundle. I was about to say, I don't understand why you'd ban the Sejuani when Trundle is still on the table. Because if they pick Sejuani and you pick Trundle, you just have a better jungler.
Yeah. I mean, I got nothing, man.
All right. Well, wait a minute. Is that a Malphite jungle? Is that a Malphite mid? What am I looking at?
Well,
Someone inform me.
one of those is going to be a jungler. I'm thinking it's Renekton jungle.
I think you're drunk.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Phoenix does happen to get his Lissandra, though.
Yes. So, again, Dota's Dimensions. Check that shit out, boys. Super good. Called the scaling bot. Called the Lissandra. Lots of wave clear. I did not see a Renekton jungle coming. I'll admit that. I'm man enough to admit that. So.
You know what? Havoc with the mind games. Lucy's best. The Renekton one trick. I'm gonna actually play it in the jungle.
Well, see, I thought it was gonna be a Renekton jungle, and Lucius would play the Malphite, because he has played the Malphite a couple times.
You're correct, but that's why Lucy's best is a Renekton one trick and is going to play it in the jungle. Or Razzle's like, nah, give me the Renekton. I gotta show this man how it's done. Gotta give him the dazzling, you know?
Gotta give him the old razzle dazzle. Draxler, question: how does Pike versus Malphite or Renekton top go?
Oh, Pike top's pretty cheese in general. The idea behind the champion is just to scale into the mid game. He has absolutely zero that he can do in lane that is actually any pressure whatsoever, because his cooldowns are so high and the damage is so low, which is why, he's played in the support role. But once he scales to the mid game, where he has a couple of items that can do some damage and start popping off with the CC and the damage in the mid game team fight, he'll be online. So in both lanes, he'll kind of just sit there and farm. Against Renekton, he's under a lot more pressure because Renekton can pressure him out, make him lose CS. Malphite, though, just turns into a farm lane.
Okay. All right. I was wondering what was going on with the Kayn and Morgana swap. They weren't swapping. I got panicked for a second. But either way, okay. Yeah, so we're not thinking we're going to see too much Pike fight in lane. Well, shouldn't, right? You should kind of just let Renekton farm and just hopefully mid-game do stuff. That's
He
the
actually
plan.
took Ignite, so that means that he's actually looking to kill the Renekton. This is
They have
gonna be
3
pretty exciting.
ignites.
Oh yeah, they have 3 ignites. Ooh,
They have 3
lads.
ignites, and not very much global map pressure that the Veigar and Renekton will have with the teleport. Hey Draxter, what do you feel about that Malphite jungle?
I
How do you
think
feel about
they're.
that one?
Ah,
I think
yeah.
they actually don't have anything to combo with the Malphite either. The only time you ever want to run Malphite jungle is when you need another champion in the top lane, and you have a composition designed around that AoE, and even then it's not great because you could just play Zac, But I guess they're going for it. We'll have to wait and find out if he's the unstoppable force or just a stoppable force.
Or the little pebble that could.
I'm
Honestly,
actually. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say I like the Veigar pick all in all into the Lissandra. It's forces Lissandra to use her E defensively if she ever gets caught inside of the baby cage. So there's that, which does give Veigar a lot of protection. However, Veigar's not running cleanse, and yikes from me.
Anyone hearing the Jeopardy theme song?
Yeah.
Hello.
But Draxa,
Yeah.
you were going to mention something before I so
Yeah,
rudely interrupted?
no problem. The idea here is if Gimpy has a brain, which no one does, so it's not a huge deal. The idea is to just completely destroy the Malphite. He doesn't really want to be ganking any lane. He just wants to be completely making sure that Malphite doesn't have a home to go to make sure that 9/11 is reenacted on his parents. It's just all over for Malphite if King can play it properly, and he has the lane priorities to do it in the bot and mid side, so that's where he wants to be going. We'll have to see that.
Yeah. And just clear speed in general. Malphite's got a really slow clear speed, right?
It's really low clear, very unhealthy. He has 0 dueling potential.
Yeah, he has to get he might have to go like 2 points in W so he can clear his Raptors effectively. Yeah.
So
it's terrible.
Wait a second. Are you guys saying that the Malphite jungle wasn't a good pick?
I'm saying that it was a terrible.
Wait a second. There's no way you guys don't like that.
I mean, maybe he goes something fun or fantastic. It's razzle frazzle. So you know what? I'm gonna before we even see it, I'm betting it's an AD Malphite jungle with press the attack.
Oh my god.
Like I said, the only reason you would ever want Malphite jungle is if you need someone top lane that's not Malphite and you have a Yasuo. That's like the only reason you would ever run Malphite. Maybe they thought Yasuo support lane. Maybe they thought he was Yasuo. Maybe that's why they picked Malphite.
Right. I will say that the Malphite here, if he just builds like full tank, full armor and stuff like that, there's not really too much Jinx, Kayn, and Pyke will be able to do to him, and Lissandra's will not really be looking to ult or damage the Malphite ever.
But he needs gold for those items.
You're true. Very true. Very true. It's just a matter of how hard can Gimpy punish the rock monster.
Yep.
But
we'll
see,
have to find out.
I don't know. I feel like Gimpy doesn't invade a lot.
I'll agree with that.
So, if the plan is to punish him, which generally means going in his jungle, fighting him, and or counter jungling, I feel like that's not really Gimpy's style. Gimpy's style is more farm his own jungle, ward for his team, gank a wee bit.
All right, yeah, I'll be honest right now. It was not the attack Malphite that I thought it was going to be. It is
Predator.
Also, Rutledge went Conqueror on Pyke.
Yikes. He's actually expecting to duke it out with a Renekton. I'm not entirely sure that's a wise decision.
I agree, considering Pyke really like short trades, and then retreating into his bush, and then regenerating all of the damage he took back, and then walking back into lane and saying, "Hey, buddy."
Well, before I retreat into my dungeon until I'm called forth once again, this game is really just going to be Pyke versus Malphite, who can make their team lose the hardest, and that'll be it. Because all the other lanes are pretty even.
I like it. I like your phrasing. Who will lose the game the hardest for their team? I like it. Absolute perfect. It's just a matter of how much is Razzle punished for his interesting pick, and how much Rutledge is punished for his questionable decisions.
Yeah. Well, not to give away too many scrim strats, but apparently Conqueror have been playing the Pyke top in scrims. And apparently it's been going very, very, very well for Pyke and Conqueror as a whole. So I'm assuming that's why they're doing it now. They have been testing it, so it's not like Rutledge just insta-locked it and said, screw you guys, I'm going top. it has been effective apparently in the past. I don't know who they scrimmed or what the other team comp was. I just know it's been, you know, making its way around town.
I will say that I don't agree with his item choices. I don't agree with his build path. I do, however, agree with this level 1 invade that Conqueror is planning.
Yeah, definitely looks like they're going to go bot. I mean, they do have, I guess they have the Pike pull. They have the Morgana Q. So it should be good if they land 1 CC, but that's the question. Will they land the 1?
On the topic of which team they scrimmed, I think my 7-year-old brother might be on that team.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Wait,
Yasuo's blind!
Yasuo.
Oh!
King Caveman, the god himself. I don't even think that binding would have hit.
Nah, man, that hitbox is 3 times larger than what you think it is, so.
Yeah, you're right, but it's also much easier to dodge when you aim it at the wall.
You're right. You're right.
Pike top has 1 trading pattern, and that is his 1-tap Q. If you just tap it and not hold it, it slows by, I believe, like 80% for a few seconds, 90%, and it does more damage than if you hold it. So that is his only trading pattern.
Wait, it does more damage?
Yeah, it does more damage.
Tapping. It does more by 11 more damage.
That's actually the only way that Pike top can win lane, is if you get just hit by that over and over and over, and not trade back. Just take it.
Oh, this 2v2 bot though.
Yep. Oh, and the bot lane is going for it. King Caveman does get hit by the bubble. We'll have to flash. Yeso, like, I burn my flash, you burn yours, cracker. And then here it goes. The wind's just going in for that.
Racist.
Hey, wait a minute. I said crackers. You don't like graham crackers?
I'm more of a saltine man.
All right. I understand the salty traits.
All right. So, Renekton, longsword 3 pots. What do you think, Drexler? Is that like normal? Is that what you would have went?
That's pretty standard. Against a Pike, I'd probably go Dorn's Blade, just because it's such an easy lane. However, I mentioned that short trade that Pike has, and apparently Renekton's already fell for it, considering he's 75% HP.
Oh, in the mid lane, it looks like Dallas is just going to get soloed out almost by Lissandra. The Ignite is not enough. Dallas will survive. The Nullifying Orb probably saved his life there.
Yeah. Okay, so Phoenix definitely doing a little flex on the old Dallas here. Just in case anyone was unaware, Dallas's new E-sub, Spartan, had his power go out late last night. Power obviously is not restored, so they had to scramble to find this guy. No idea where they found him, but they found him about 7 minutes before the match started.
So pretty lucky. Lucy's best, eating right into the trade of Rutledge, and then Rutledge just ease away. Oh, and does get the stun down, but just a little bit of trade. Gets to press the attack rock, and nothing really comes out of it. Rutledge is opting to not CS to try and poke out Lucy's best at this point, it's looking like.
Yeah, not really sure I agree with that. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Expert Draxler, but minions are worth gold, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure. Considering how my teammates tend to farm, I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, and there it is. The bubble lands on top of Jocko Loco. Gawain will catch all of these axes. Will, however, just into the 2 of them. Will not get that kill right there. Jocko Loco does get ignited, but will get the first blood as King Caveman lands a good binding to prevent Yeso from being able to follow up. Yeso is now super low. King Caveman will try to tank all of these minions to try and auto attack, but luckily his binding accuracy is fantastic. And then Yeso just walks back in. The ebb and flow will come out for a little bit extra damage, but I don't think there will be any more kills on the side of Havoc.
Oh, keep going top though.
Oh, and then I see we have some action going top lane. We have Gimpy getting a good trade in and a good gank. We
He's actually dead.
Pull. Lucy's best will die here to the Ignite. Gimpy will take the kill, saying, "Screw you, Rutledge. I don't like your Pike pick either."
Gimpy knows he's the carry with this Kane pick, not the Pike. Oh man, what did you guys think of that fight bot? I thought it looked pretty good on the side of Havoc. Obviously, did not go well though.
It looked like he went too far into the minions and was taking a lot of minion damage. Well, Jocko Loco and King Caveman were able to kite it very nicely. Gawain, I think, threw too many axes at King Caveman at the beginning of the fight when he could have switched on to Jocko Loco, because Jocko Loco was very out of position in the side brush, and he just kept going forward into the King Caveman, and then I think could have thrown 2 axes at Jocko Loco earlier and then just killed him outright.
Yeah, I also think Gawain's flash, he had flash. If he could have flashed the binding, I think that's easy peasy. Flash the binding, get 1 more, 2 more autos in. Easy peasy. He's a little slow on the keyboard, but he is known as Gawain the Rock. So, rocks are quite slow.
Luckily. And they're very bad at sidestepping. However, luckily, we have this Malphite here who is, a good trade by Gawain over here. Oh my god, a great binding on the side of Conqueror, able to bind.
He's dead.
Gawain, however, goes completely aggressive.
Double!
The Tidecaller Blessing. He might get this double kill going on here. He's going lots of damage. I'm a little bit behind on the thing. I do see Gimpy coming in for this, trying to defend the double kill from the side of
Holy
Gawain.
this Draven pick!
Draven going nutty right now, trying to give them the mustache ride of their life. Look at that Fu Manchu he's rocking.
Yeah, no, seriously though, Gawain is showing no fear, just running into Kayn, running into Morgana Jinx. Yeah, like I said, I want Jock and Caveman. I said Jester, but the bot lane to play safe. I feel like they're not playing safe. They're walking up to get minions. I mean, he walked up. He could have easily let those 2 minions die. The wave was pushing towards him. Let those 2 minions die. Missed out on 2 minions. It's fine. Instead, he gets the 2 minions and dies for it. I think it's not worth. I'll leave it up to you guys to discuss whether that was worth it or not. But that's my 2 cents.
I just want to mention that Malphite is not behind.
No, he's not. He's not been even counter jungled or threatened so far at all. He also started his Raptors, which I wanted to talk about, but then things were getting a little hectic and hot and heavy elsewhere. He started his Raptors and went to red buff afterwards, and then was just able to get like a decent top lane clear, and is now getting help from his top laner right now to make sure the scuttle is guaranteed.
Okay, he uses Smite on it.
Malphite jungle is ahead by 2 camps.
Yeah, absolutely correct. I also had a question for you, Draxter, about this top lane matchup that we're seeing right now. Dallas is, however, getting engaged on right as I'm about to ask questions, interrupting me, Phoenix. You monster. Phoenix almost died. The Primordial Burst. If he was able to get that Q down before that Primordial Burst and maybe 1 auto attack, Phoenix dies from the execute.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be not close at all, but that was very, very close.
All of a sudden, butts were clenched. I could see it in the air, smell it going on. And then I had a question for Draxter when Phoenix rudely interrupted me. So Pyke managed to get that assist early on, did get the lane pressure, was able to push in the top lane to Lucius Best, but then opted to not back, stay in lane, not get an item advantage that he could have gotten, and then punished Lucius Best more. But then Lucius Best was just able to come back in the lane, punish him, and then get the item advantage that now he has because of the way that Pyke played that lane.
Well, it's not just how Pyke plays, it's also just the champion matchup in and of itself, right? Like, it doesn't matter how ahead you get on Soraka versus, like, Malphite, for example. If you're against Soraka versus Malphite, you get ahead, you're still not going to be doing that much damage to the Malphite. You can still, like, do something, but similar to the Pyke versus Renekton, actually, Pyke can do something to the Renekton. He's not going to be doing too much. If he does that something over and over again, like I mentioned at the beginning, and just repeatedly finds those trades that he's looking for, then sure, he can quote-unquote win it, but it will never actually go that well, even if he has like a 3-kill advantage, 4-kill advantage, just because of the champion matchup. King got that kill at the beginning, and he should be coming and visiting over and over again, because that Renekton was put behind, but you know, he decided not to.
Also, you have the strength of a Pyke pick at level 6. Your jungler comes and you just give him an extra 300 gold.
Yeah,
CC. I mean, Pyke is a support champion, so support champions thrive when they have, you know, someone to support.
In this case, the jungler. I'd also really like to see something that I've noticed that Rutledge doesn't do very often is maybe some sort of roaming potential. He has a team at, but I don't think he can match the wave clear of Lucius Best. I would like to see him to maybe get a good gank off with Gimpy in the top side. Maybe be able to push the lane, not go for the tower or the rift, or maybe get the Rift Herald there, and then look to go bot lane with his ultimate and make a great play bot lane. Razzle Hover is getting caught right here. The damage will land. He does get completely bursted out. King Caveman.
What? Phoenix!
Phoenix falls after he flashes. What a man!
I'm gonna go ahead and say misclick.
All I know is that I'm confused. I'm just confused why Phoenix didn't, you know, he stunned himself with his ultimate. The black shield was on him. I'm confused. How did that happen?
Yeah.
Someone math me this.
Yeah. Fix your game right. Small indie company.
I actually know exactly what happened. Basically, the play there is he had just killed the Malphite, and he's looking for the extra kill onto the...
We do have Dallas, and we get a pincer coming in from the side of Havoc. They're a bit off on the side. Razzle Frazzle is here. He doesn't have ultimate. They will opt to try and go for Jakalaka. Jakalaka, however, has a black shield. Doesn't give a crap about your CC. King Caveman will die for his team, opting to go and run away as fast as he can, as far as he can. He might try to execute here.
Oh, that flash? Dallas?
Oh, Dallas.
Another flash!
Luckily, Yeso but I think Razzle Frazzle would have got it from the damage that he was able to get with his Cinderhulk,
Yeah.
and Rutledge will just get free damage on this tower as Lucy's best with a very late roam.
So yeah, basically 2 flashes for an extra 100 gold. Huh.
Worth.
Yeah. All chat worth, for sure.
All chat worth. Give me that. Alright. Alright. Okay. Draxer. Why does Lucy's best keep E queuing in when he has pressed the attack and he can E auto W in and then Q afterwards for the press the attack extra damage?
He's trying to play around the Pike E away. He wants to try and get in his Q, which is what he is maxing, before the Pike can manage to dodge it with his E. That's what he's trying to do. A little bit misguided because he can just time it a bit better and get the stun off and then combo fully, but that is what he's intending to do. I thought it was interesting, though. The Lysandra play was actually something that I've seen in quite a lot because I know exactly what happened. Basically, in terms of key presses, imagine your cursor, right? And he's trying to kill the Veigar with his team. He had just killed the Malphite. So he's flashing forward, but he's flashing to his cursor. He's not flashing max range. He wants to flash to his cursor, which is a habit a lot of people have in Bronze, Silver, Gold. And so they're flashing to their cursor. And because he's flashing into his cursor and he presses R, he ults himself rather than moving his cursor immediately after the flash. That's what happened.
Okay. That's honestly actually a very good explanation. I never would have thought that. I would have just said monkey and just left it at that. But that's, like, honestly, like, that's a very good explanation, and that explains it. I think that explains it a lot.
Oh, here we go.
Rutledge opting for a very aggressive trade into Lucy's best. Lucy's best, it gives him the Ruthless Predator and just takes out a chunk of his health bar. However, Gimpy is still here. Lucy's best has his ultimate, though. He might be in a position to almost 2v1 this, but it'll be rough. He's opting to hide inside of the bush. Will not get hit by... Oh, he will get hit by the pole. He will probably just die here. He will not take Gimpy with him as he doesn't use his Q after his W.
I don't think Phoenix makes it out. Nope.
No, he does not. It looks like Phoenix does die to Razzle Frazzle. Razzle Frazzle, even in farm with Kayn, down a death, has 1 kill and an assist, though, and will probably get this mid lane wave as well.
Yeah, I mean, considering that they're up 3 kills and Conqueror only up 1,000 gold, it's really basically shows that how even they are in farm. It's literally just kill gold. That's the only difference between the teams right now.
Well, also the Infernal Dragon. Razzle
well, I mean in gold terms, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Infernal, I think, will definitely pay dividends with the Jinx in the late game. That's going to be pretty good on her.
And the Pike as well. The extra bonus damage applying to his ultimate. The ultimate scaling is pretty nutty, especially with the AD scaling on it and getting the extra AD, so you have a larger execute threshold is absolutely massive.
Oh, is it? Okay, I've never played Pike, don't know how he works. So, okay, so yeah, that's, again, huge. Looks like Gimpy's going to try this bot lane, though.
True damage with an AD scaling, friends. That's not balanced, I swear.
Oh, Draven's going to go for this. Yep. Oh, nice flash.
Ooh, a good flash. We do have the flash. Soul Shackle's coming in. We will have Yeso sacrificing his life. Gawain does have a decent flash to try and get out. It looks like Jakalaka will be just hand-fed this kill. Gawain will try to kite this out, but there's nothing really else to be done. He's a 3v1 Gawain. Aggressive?
Yeah, I think he's playing it. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, literally anybody on the side of Conqueror, considering you have 3 here, just walks up and zones Gawain. Like, what does he do here? Like, the fact that he's just being allowed to catch this wave is absolutely insane.
Yeah, I agree a lot. I think they could pressure him a little bit more, deny him that wave. But I also kind of have to flame Gawain a little bit. I think he's playing so aggressive. Like, there's only 4 players in this match. And it's only going to be a 2v2. Like, they have 0 wards in the jungle. It's a Kayn who can just walk through walls. Spoiler alert, don't know if anyone else knows that. Like, you need to ward his jungle because you cannot win a 3v2, obviously, because it's happened multiple times. Uh-oh, Phoenix, though.
And Dallas will get flashed on again by Phoenix as he opts
nice.
Ult. Dallas just get completely bursted out. The Phoenix pick on the Lysandra paying dividends is able to ult aggressively every single time. Dallas not able to respect this, opting for this greedy build path. I really think he needs to get some sort of magic resist ASAP or Merc Treads. I feel like the Sorcerer's Shoes are really greedy considering he didn't opt for Cleanse.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I feel like Phoenix is just going to keep farming him. Speaking of farming, Renekton
going for a greedy path will get knocked up by the side of Gimpy. Gimpy realizes that he did get that knockup.
He's dead.
Will ult. He will just probably die. He does flash the pull. Gimpy's now underneath the tower. Rutledge will be able to get here. Will still get the death from below. Getting more gold to Gimpy.
Oh.
Wow.
Conqueror Gimpy getting all of these kill golds and kill credit is still down in gold from Razzle Frazzle as a good play just happens in the bot lane.
Yeah, very, very nice job, I think.
Wait a minute.
I thought Jinx was going to get out of there because they had the black shield on her, but instead they knock the black shield out, and then they just easily take her out. But I think they're going to get top tower for this.
They are. I feel like Havoc should have just all 4 stayed bot, threatened the bot lane tower, and then just taken it. Because I think the 4 of them can take this tower faster than Rutledge could take it solo, even if the tower was half HP.
Yeah, they also have Dragon up in 10 seconds, but Malphite recalled, so probably not going to get that.
League of Legends 101 macro rule number 1: if your team makes a play on the top side, please concede the bot side. Just back off. Your team got something top side. Just give it like 30 seconds where you just AFK. It's not hard.
Yeah.
Okay. You just got top tower. You just killed their top laner. He has no summoner, so he can't defend it. And you know that if your enemy jungler didn't respond to that play, guess where he is? Process of elimination.
Bot side.
He's farming his Gromp.
Oh, no. He's farming.
That's
his
still
Gromp,
bot
which
side.
is actually...
Yeah, farming his Gromp is actually still bot side.
Yay!
Touche,
Or he's farming
touche.
your Krugs or your Raptors because you are topside.
Yeah,
Teehee.
really difficult. Really quite
Yes,
difficult.
macro hard. Also, I feel like Havoc just like opting, they're playing reactive at this point rather than proactive. They made that play, but they didn't make a good macro decision off of it.
Yeah.
When they could have had the potential to get first tower there.
Yeah.
Right now, they're just reacting to what Conqueror is doing rather than actually playing proactively and making the play here.
Yeah, exactly. Razzle, I mean, he was, what, 80% HP? Easily could have taken that Drake or taken the tower,
Dallas
done something.
Full and just walked back mid lane and then had almost got like chunked out by Phoenix.
Well,
Wait, no,
I gotta
walk
point this
behind that
out though. It's not Havoc's fault that they're not making proactive plays. When you have a mid laner that's that far behind, you are now the reactive team because your top laner is still doing all right, but he's not ahead, because the ganks have equalized that matchup. And in the bot lane, you have this kind of somewhat ahead lane, but your mid lane is under so much pressure. There's just no way you can make a proactive play. So they are actually macro wise playing it all right. That's not really the issue for them macro-wise. The real problem for them is going to be, as the mid-game approaches, that Pyke is going to be coming online in team fights, and that's going to be a big problem.
Okay, so Pyke looks like he's going Triforce. Yay or nay?
Nay.
Probably not.
Okay.
He is going Triforce because he has Conqueror, which is a very solid mindset. However, he's still playing Pyke. So that mindset is still incorrect there. I also like the fact that he has Moby Boots and has roam 0 times this game, but Phoenix is popping off.
Jesus Christ, Phoenix!
I have to comment on how poorly Dallas is playing this matchup. The E that Phoenix can do very aggressively is very telegraphed, and the baby cage, you just literally put it where he has to land if he wants to be aggressive on you, or you put it in a position where he has to be on the other side of the cage.
Yeah.
And then you just walk away.
100%.
He's playing this matchup, and it's looking really sad, but also he's building incorrectly, and it's just getting snowballed on, I believe, as Phoenix is just able to get so much going for his team right now. Oh, Yeso does get pulled over there. They're opting to just get this tower, and just Razzle and Lucy's are here, but there's no mid laner. Gawain was being a little greedy elsewhere, so it was really slow in his recall and just couldn't react in time.
Yeah, but no, I agree. I think it is very telegraphed. Played Phoenix a week ago. While he was on Lissandra, I was playing Caitlyn. Just every time he'd E, throw a trap right there. You take the E, you're going to get a couple headshots. You don't take the E, I get to live. It's really,
It's pretty simple.
Yeah,
and
it
even
is.
then I might live because you're going to need headshots.
Yeah. So...
But again, I gotta point out, the initial just knee-jerk reaction of Dallas is the reason why Havoc is losing is not entirely the picture. A little bit of action.
A little bit of Draven getting caught out by that binding. We did walk right over that ward. We'll just get caught right here. Opting to just still go for this farm. The bot side is warded. They don't know where Kane is. It's a bit of aggressive.
Yeah, but as I was saying, it's actually not entirely his fault. In that matchup, Lissandra versus Veigar, really anything with wave clear versus Veigar, the key there is to make sure that Veigar doesn't get permanently shoved in and get completely murked.
Ooh, he picks it up.
Ooh, and there it is. Razzle Frazzle is here, though. Does have red buff. Does have a lot of damage coming in right now with these auto attacks. Hitting like a wet noodle. Luckily, Lucy's best is here, and he has a very strong noodle at the very least.
Right. But no, I agree with Drax. I think it is
a
hard
role in
match.
the game. There is a role in the game that can stop someone from just free pushing their wave.
Wait.
I wonder what that role is called.
So there's a role that could help a laner when he's in a disadvantageous matchup.
Is it the AD carry?
Yeah, I think so. I think Gawain really is at fault here. I think he should have.
You're right. I should have just showed up. Maybe. Hold on. Let me get this straight. Are we implying the Malphite pick wasn't good?
Oh, Lord.
Wait a minute. Is that what we're implying here? I'm a little confused.
Yeah,
I can't
so
wait.
As we mentioned at the beginning,
Caught by a binding, we'll get immediately flame jumpered, and we'll, however, just get the title win.
Oh, this
We
Draven.
get Rutledge on the bot side, and we're going for this aggressive trade, knowing that Rutledge just cleared this pink ward inside of your bot side jungle. Gawain and Yesa will be able to leave. Gawain, however, walks into melee range of Gimpy.
Gawain, so aggro!
Knock up and just murder him. Rutledge trying to get the ultimate from the depth below, but will not get crapped.
Someone get this man off Draven.
That's another mechanical misplay, though. It wasn't him going aggressive. He tried to auto-attack the Kayn, but instead misclicked in front of the Kayn and changed his movement rather than attacking.
Oh, luckily the baby cage is right here. Gimpy did get that auto attack off, and he's now
TP.
going to take the tower off that. Lucy's best is here.
Oh, this is really good for Havoc.
The black shield was used on himself rather than on Jakalaka. Jakalaka will just pay for his life. Soul Shackles was used. The Predator coming in from the Malphite. Malphite going aggressively right now. We'll just get the flash Q over here. Rutledge is now up against a 4v1, but opts to pull the tank right underneath the tower.
Oh, no.
I feel like that was a mistake. Rutledge is going to be ignited. He is not going to get out of vision. I don't know. Will he be able to escape? The W is still... Oh, he will barely survive. Razzle will get caught out by Phoenix, though, on the backside, as we didn't see that just right there.
Flash!
Oh my god, a good flash W from the side of Phoenix, but he will just, however, die as he realized that he is now in melee range of 3 people and used all of his burst to flash aggressively.
Huh. Yeah, if that baby cage wouldn't have been there, I think that would have been very good. But the problem was, it was there.
The baby cage makes me baby rage. Lucy's
wait,
best tank
Dallas?
tower opting. Yeah. Lucy's best, I think, could have yeah. Awkward.
Wait,
I feel
Rutledge
like
is
Havoc has
1v9.
just massively misplayed that entire little end of that team fight.
He's got double buff. He wants it.
Oh, he does, and Yeso doesn't because he has no.
Oh!
Oh! Nothing. And the death from below, you know what? Remember when I mentioned they have an
hello?
Infernal Dragon? Really good scaling.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, here it comes. Here we got to see it right there.
Yeah, that, okay. I didn't think he was going to burst him that hard. Man, I Triforce. I told you guys this is a good pick. Oof.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
You know what would have been a lot better here? If he just hit W after he hit a Duskblade, which was cheaper, more cost-effective, and gave him the movement speed slow, and then he just auto-attacked him more. Like, hello?
I love Voslow's reaction, the immediate no.
You're wrong.
Pike top, probably I would go Grasp, and then Black Cleaver is the itemization I would go there.
Grasp is not bad, but Aftershock I think is still the preferred, I believe, because the extra armor and MR, it feels so good.
It's definitely pretty good, but it's a lot. So the reason why they take Aftershock is indeed the resistances on a non-HP scaling champion. But if you go Aftershock in top lane, you essentially have no Keystone. Just kind of rough. Because of the time of scaling is much more impactful in a 1v1 lane than it is a 2v2 lane. Because your AD carry can cover you while your Aftershock is down. And all-ins are much more common. Where top lane, where short trades are much more common, you can't even... It's almost like you can't even CC them because the moment you do, your Aftershock goes down and then they can just all in you. So bot lane Aftershock's a lot better. Grasp top. This is the reason like why Pike top is not played. It's just so awkward.
Yeah.
As a champion.
Okay.
Interesting. I do, however, agree with Grasp in the fact that every 3 Grasp procs you get an extra 1 point of attack damage. Fun fact. Because every 14 HP is 1 force of AD. Oh, and the binding comes in. Gawain, however,
whoa,
playing
he's going in.
We'll just get knocked up. Gimpy is now Phoenix with a great engage.
Wow.
No follow-up, and we'll just burst down Gawain. Luckily, though, Phoenix will pay for his aggressiveness with his life. Razzle Frazzle is...
Wait, why are you guys not hyped? That was the fantastic AoE. Come on.
It was fantastic AoE, but there was literally no follow-up.
I mean...
It was fantastic. I was slightly confused.
Wait, no follow-up? All 5 of them are dead.
Oh, I mean, they are dead now, but it was... Phoenix died for his sins, and there was an eventual follow-up, but it would seem that more Havoc just wasn't sure what to do when that happened. rather than like.
No, they were permanently CC'd for that entire team fight. It's not that they didn't do anything. That's why it was such a sick fight. I have no idea why we're not hyped about this. That was nuts. Come on.
I don't know. Maybe I'm a little confused. Maybe I just missaw it. I don't know. Maybe I was.
Voslow's gold brain can't comprehend what happened.
I can't. I'm sorry. You know what? It's too hard. I can't read. I can't math. Rutledge is gonna murder.
Gwen, hello.
Half HP.
Oh my goodness. That's. Ooh, that feels bad, man.
But no, this Baron's gonna get stolen.
Auto Q, auto Tiamat proc.
Whoa!
The damage right now. It did get the ultimate down.
Baron!
Wait!
He's a smite!
No!
Razzle Frazzle gets the Baron steal. Razzle Frazzle gives no crap. He will walk right into you, ult aggressively. The Primordial Burst just murders Jinx right there. We have Razzle Frazzle right there, just taking all this damage. Gives him a little bit of a mastery mode. Dies, pays for his sins. Dallas will be able. Oh wait, Dallas. Hello, Dallas. Dallas. What? Dallas. You get the kill on the Morgana, but you do not live for your sins. When you had Baron, there was literally no reason for you to greed for that kill. You had Baron.
Yeah, but Renekton still has Baron. So they do have at least one Baron survive. Plus they steal it from Conqueror, which is obviously very good. Yeah, Gimpy, that smite. He smited so early for the HP, which, you know, smart to save your life. But then you have no smite while there are junglers in the area.
You guys called me in as the expert for the quarterfinals game, and I said this Baron is gonna be stolen. Well,
and here it goes. I saw it, you said it, I was talking, and then it happened, and I was like, all right, well done. I do have to comment though. How do you feel about that he went Titanic Hydra despite the fact that he has Grasp on Renekton?
Grasp?
No, I mean not Grasp, but press the attack. He has Titanic Hydra.
It's fine. In this game, it's going to be going late, probably, especially with that Baron steal. If that Baron went to Conqueror, game was over, but with the Baron steal now, the game is probably going to go on to around the 36-minute mark, is my prediction. And what that means is the more HP you have, it's much more useful. Although, if they get caught...
Will get caught right here. A good knock up the Rutledge. Does a lot of damage right now. Is able to catch him out. Gawain will get ulted.
Oh, he picks it up!
Dies on the backside of the Frost damage coming in. Doing clutch. Dallas will manage to catch out Phoenix right there with the...
They have no tower!
They're all dead. Yeah, they're all dead.
No tower. Rutledge is here though. Rutledge is strong. Rutledge hits R. Rutledge smorg.
Okay, so my 36-minute prediction is wrong, by the way. Considering everyone just died.
No, I didn't hear 36. I heard 26.
Oh yeah, 26. Damn. You're right.
They're not gonna end now, so yeah, 36 might be right.
Yeah, no, they're scared. You're right.
Now, with that tempo change, it's probably going to be around the 31-minute mark. But yeah, as I was saying, if they played it properly with the Baron, 36 minutes, the HP is much more useful than AD in that situation. Because there's no one he's going to be assassinating on the enemy team with the CC of Lissandra, Morgana, Kayn. He can't just dive onto Jinx and expect to kill her and assassinate her. So at this point, he's just trying to be a frontliner.
All right.
I really wish they would have kind of stayed for that tower. I feel like they... I guess that is
Lissandra wasn't there. Yeah, it was 45.
That's a safe call. That's fine. I guess we'll do that. That's
boring.
I guess we'll be boring. All right, whatever. So, all right. So it's looking good for Conqueror, right? I think we're all in agreement on that. Drax, what do you think needs to happen? Because I think that with the Veigar, they're going to scale very, very hard. It's just, I guess Renekton falls off, right? Malphite, he kind of does he fall off late game since he's going this build, this weird jungle tanky build?
Support. It's actually jungle support build is not bad in late game. It's not good, but it's better than like damage.
Okay.
The idea here, though, is that Draven, with that build, is not going to be very strong as the game progresses. And so really the only carry they have is Dallas. And while that's entirely possible in terms of macro, we know Dallas as a player after 27 minutes of watching him. And let me just say the chances of them coming back with Dallas as their hero is...
Okay, fair enough.
My bet's on the Malphite. Wait a minute.
So what is Draven going? Is he going 2 crits and Storm Razor? 2 Zeal items?
I'm not entirely sure. That Hex Drinker shouldn't exist. He should just, at this point, when you're that far behind, you cannot build defensive because you don't have enough gold.
Right.
You have to build just the scaling damage and hope that your team can cover for you until it doesn't matter anymore. But it's going to really hurt him having the Hex Drinker. But that's exactly what we just saw, how Havoc can come back into this. Using the Veigar cage pick is exactly how they need to do it. Catch someone off, shut down the siege. Catch someone off, shut down the siege. stall out the game 20 minutes doing that, and now you're in late game where anything goes.
Yeah. I do not like the Hex Drinker either. Like you said, he's behind, shouldn't build it. And then also, if you're gonna build something, build QSS. I feel like QSS would be so much better here instead of a
Morgana
Hex Drinker.
Yeah, just in an awkward position, an awkward item build. I agree.
See, like right there, Gimpy steps up, and if Morgana has burned the shield, the baby cage comes down, Gimpy dies, siege is delayed for another 2 minutes. You just do that over and over again, and that's how they can come back into this.
I will mention that I don't think Dallas plays Veigar. He it looks like he's maxed his W second over his E.
Oof. Okay. Going for that deeps.
His deeps are really effective if you can't hit them because they're not stunned because it's not off cooldown yet. There's that. Conqueror though, opting to get the Cloud Dragon.
Okay. So, and the mid inhib is still down. So that's still gonna continue to push for them. So that's good. They'll have a little bit of pressure. It should be back up before the next Baron, I believe. Baron's in about minute 20. I believe inhib will be up by then.
I believe it will as well.
Wish we had inhib timers. That would be nice.
Yeah, really. What's Riot even doing? They're
the inhibitor is spawning right now.
designing Zoe. That's what they're doing.
The inhibitor is spawning right now, I believe. Or no, never mind. I'm just crazy. Red outline or something. I'm going nuts. I'm trying to see it with like the timer around like the inhibitor itself, but I can't really see it in spectator. Yikes for me.
Rip. Unlock.
And I thought the crystal was starting to come together, but
yeah, I wish you could at least click it in spectator mode and it would give you a timer if it's not gonna pop up. You know what I mean? At least a little something. But either way, I'll make sure I'll tell my uncle who works at Riot that later.
Game is just tragic though, because seeing the game and how it's progressed in its different stages, the skill level of these teams are actually not too far apart in terms of individual skill level, and macro-wise, not too far apart either. If they didn't pick the Malphite jungle and they allowed the Renekton to win against the Pyke, this game would have been over already, regardless of Dallas inting in mid lane, because there's no one that can match the Renekton in the side lane if Renekton's fed as hell. On the other hand, though, Rutledge didn't have to pick Pyke, so, at this point, hypothesizing about hypotheticals is
right. Yeah.
Just don't int champ select. Come on, do esports. Stop inting champ select.
So Razzle, I don't know why Razzle chose Malphite. I don't know him as a Malphite main. He does play a lot of Kha'Zix. Do you think Kha'Zix would have been better?
The Baron starts. Kha'Zix would have been able to contest the Kayn way, way better. But then, like we said, if Razzle doesn't pick an int champion, maybe Rutledge doesn't pick an int champion.
Another steal?
Oh,
no,
close.
The perma binding of the Morgana, unable to make him go in. We do not get any catch off the side of this. It was a great binding from the side of King Caveman. Finally lands one that matters.
Okay, so they should run mid, right? They should run. Yeah. Easy peasy.
But like I said, this Veigar cage is still a possibility. Catch someone out, shut down the siege. Here we go.
Luckily, Dallas is frontlining.
Of course, that's what needs to be doing.
I question.
No, I concur. Oh, good damage.
We'll get a baby cage. Might almost get a catch, but luckily his front line.
But that's not how you can use it. Yeah, you can't use it. You have to wait for someone to overextend.
Oh, Phoenix!
Yeah, absolutely. But Phoenix, however, almost gets instant bursted. Gimpy will get instant bursted right here. It's completely shut out. Phoenix, however, getting
one for one.
Phoenix is still alive!
Rutledge manages to die right there at the end. Dallas is still here.
3 for 3.
Jocko Locko is still here, and he is so strong in this Jinx right now. We do not get the damage. The baby cage is not able to come out. He's exhausted. He was stunned. Jocko Locko does so much DPS right now on this Jinx, and the the flash E to get on top of Jocko as Jocko just clicks right, and Lucius just eased downward to not get the stun off to save Dallas's life to make sure that he could kill Jocko there was insane.
Yeah. Again, props to Phoenix. He jumped in that team fight. He's doing a great job initiating. Had a good ult. Then he zone used to make sure he stayed alive. He got another rotation of spells off. I think Phoenix did a phenomenal job that game. Honestly. I have to give him props.
I have to agree. I'd say Phoenix was the MVP of Conqueror this game.
Yeah. What do you think overall?
I mean, so far of the team, or like, what do you mean overall?
Well, you said for Conqueror. I didn't know if you thought maybe someone on Havoc deserved it more.
Oh, on Havoc, I would say probably the person to look at most on Havoc this game is Razzle Frazzle. Razzle Frazzle, like, just he was absolutely unpunished on the Malphite pick. Gimpy did nothing to punish him, and then was still able to get good ganks off, despite the fact that he was playing Malphite in the jungle. And as much as we said that it wasn't a great pick there, it still wasn't, and we are still going to flame him for it. However, he was still able to perform adequately and was a shining spot for his team and enabling their team to be able to be useful as team fights progressed and being a counter engaged when people were extended.
I have to disagree. It's his fault his team lost.
Well, he picked Malphite.
Yeah, no, but that's on him, right?
That's true.
Like
I guess
it's
is.
not. That's not like something he's like, oh, unlucky. I guess I rolled the ARAM dice and got Malphite jungle. He picked that champion. That's his fault.
Correct, but he still was able to do like what we said he should have been able to do in the first place.
But
however, he did go.
What I'm saying is the negative performance of his team is not mutually exclusive from his jungle pick. That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha. Because
if he had picked a normal jungle, exactly, he had no presence. If he picked a normal jungler, a meta jungler, or even not even a meta, he could pick some meta like A, B tier, and he's fine. His team would have been able to perform a lot better, including Dallas in the mid lane. So it's just a tragedy for Havoc.
Yeah. So let's peep these damage charts.
On his team.
He did. But they didn't do a lot of damage overall.
That's true.
I got it. Man, I got a Flame Gwain. I do. Because he picked the Draven. He looked very, very good on it as far as just fighting. But then he just wanted to fight so much and just never looked at his minimap. The whole boss side of the minimap was completely dark for the red team, Havoc, and he continued to fight over small things like control wards in a bush, or I'm just going to randomly sprint at you. Like you can't do that if you don't know where the jungler is. And Gimpy punished him for it over and over again.
Yeah, he was playing hyper aggressive, hyper greedy. He kept going for these really aggressive trades. There's one time where he went for that trade, as we saw Lucy's Best or Razzle walking right into Rutledge, clearing a pink ward in their bot side jungle, and then they opt for this really aggressive trade where they start chasing them down the lane. Gimpy's hiding on the brush. Rutledge just roams down. They had vision of him there, and there they go.
Yeah. So I think if Gwain would have played a little bit safer, or they ward the boss side jungle, I think they stomped that 2v2 because Jocko and Caveman didn't play as safe as I would have liked them to. But they didn't really need to because Gimpy's, there all the time. So it's kind of like, So, but that's just mine. Let's peep the vision score. Who's the bad boy? Oh, everybody bought 2 control wards or more. Wow. Okay.
Quarterfinals.
Wow. This is the cream of the crop.
Even the E-sub mid laner.
He did. He bought 4.
He had the second best vision score in the game.
Yeah.
No, third best. I forgot. Supports don't count. 55, 54, and 41. He had 41. Fantastic.
It's just too bad that control wards against jungle ganks don't matter if you're always dead from solo kills,
That's true. Right? But yeah.
Luckily, they had vision of where Lissandra went after he died.
There was actually one major deciding factor. You guys were talking about the bot lane quite a bit. If Gawain can get the mechanical ability, maybe practice, I don't know, to be able to flash Morgana bind, and I don't say this sarcastically, I'm saying seriously, if he learns how to do that, that game would have been so much different because he would have won every single major 2v2 in the bot lane if he knew how to do that.
Yeah, well,
so
just even if he'd have done it the once, because instead of them getting first blood, a Draven getting first blood.
Double kill. That was a double kill if he flashed that bind.
100%.
Yeah.
And then he backs and gets like a BF sword, long sword super early in the game.
Game's over.
And then he's 3-autoing Jinx as opposed to getting basically nothing because he didn't even get an assist.
Yep, flashing that bind. Big difference.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that completely. It is hard, I admit. I don't do it every time. But yeah, if you can do it, especially in those butt-clenching situations where 100 HP can be the difference between I get a BF longsword and I get 2 extra pots, like that's huge. So yeah, I think we're going to take 10-minute break, give these teams some time to, use the bathroom, maybe get a little snack, discuss what happened, and then we're going to come back with game 2, and we're going to see these teams go right back at it again. Stay tuned, guys.
That's right. We still love you.
Hey, King Cave, we noticed you, senpai. Just so you know. Saw your Twitch chat.
Alright, hold on. Edgy wants me to make a bunch of shitty puns.
Open the world of music. A new streaming service with the official audio and video. Playlists, live performances, and the rest of the story you can't find anywhere else. It's all here.
Hey guys, welcome back to game 2. So we swap side. Now we have Havoc on the blue side, Conqueror on the red. We already see the Swain band come out instantly. What are your guys' thoughts?
I'm excited. That's my thoughts. What about you there, Draxer?
Excited.
I just want to say that I uncovered a Roblox hacking scandal.
Wow!
Fantastic, fantastic. All right.
It's
I would love
like
to
a whole
hear
ring.
about- All I know is that
Amazing.
Havoc has decided to ban Swain and Lissandra, leaving either Vi or Alawi open.
I don't know. I think they leave the Vi open, honestly. Which, yep, there you go.
There it goes.
I feel like that's the lesser of two evils, but not very much so.
What if Razzle just first picks it?
Ooh, now that would be spicy, and I would honestly love that. Oh, I gotta swap scenes. Sorry, first time streaming, boys.
It's alright, we didn't want anybody to watch it, we just wanted you to hear our voices, because, you know, fantastic.
Fantastic.
And Ravage opting to ban Kaisa again. Same bans, don't really have to change anything, I agree with that. And there it is! Oh, look at me, I know what I'm doing, weird.
Look at me!
I'm Mr. Meeseeks, look at me.
There we go.
Mr. Meeseeks.
What do they do in response? Gimpy, knowing that Vi is open, not allowed to pick it because it has been taken by the opposite sides. Weird.
It's kind of tragic.
Okay.
Hasn't Gimpy always wanted to play Vi?
The Name steal, also, from Yeso. Yes, Gimpy loves Vi, and again, check out my Dotus Dimensions! Nah, but seriously. I mentioned I think he plays very well on Vi. I feel like he doesn't play as scared on the Vi. Like he's very confident on the champion. But we see him pick up the Kayn again. What do you think about the Kayn-Vi matchup, guys? Since we already know that.
Vi beats up Kayn early, and then he cries. But then Kayn scales, and he scales better than Vi.
That's pretty accurate.
Okay, nice TLDR. Okay.
But the problem is Vi's clear is much slower than Kayn's. So if Kayn can just kind of avoid the spooky lady and makeup and tattoos, I think he's good.
Okay.
He's right.
So, oh man. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that I don't like that Nami first pick because frankly, Nami's gone, Rakan's gone. Yesa's gonna default to Braum. Braum makes Nami literally useless in lane.
I don't like the Ezreal pick really either.
I agree with that as well. But first and foremost, Yasuo has an 80% win rate out of 20 games with Braum.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good, boyo.
That's damn good. Let's be honest here. And you've now given him honestly, I think it's Yasuo's best performing support so far in the BSG. Him picking these other support champions such as the Nami. Nami was good into the Morgana specifically, and they kind of baited themselves into that. And it was good with Draven as well. And then the Rakan is just a massive force to engage. And Rakan's pretty good, but his Braum has been his best performing support by far. And he has an 80% win rate at ranked with the 20 games played.
I think you're looking at the wrong player, though. That's a Lucian, bro. That's the real concern.
Yeah, also, a Lucian Braum is even more disgusting and also completely denies the Nami.
Yes. Lucian Braum is a strong lane. Yeah, definitely. If you can get a solid, Q auto from Braum and then Lucian does his
No, you don't even need an
shot.
auto. He just needs one Winter's Bite. Lane is done if Lucian all-in's right there. Just all over.
Yeah, well,
that's all it takes.
Yeah, get the Q auto, though. Makes it even easier. But yeah, just easily proc it. I would probably go on the Nami just because Ezreal's going to be a bit annoying with that arcane shift every time. But Nami has no such ability. She will just flash, and then you wait about 8 seconds, and then repeat, and then what was she going to do?
Dead. She's going to be sashimi. She's going to be tasty. We're going to get some soy sauce. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic.
Soy sauce.
There we go. The Pike and the Kled band. Switching it up. Trying to pinch Rutledge's champion pool. I'm pretty sure Rutledge is going to pick Darius. But they're going to last pick it.
Yeah, I would definitely think they're going to give him the counter pick. I would have liked to seen Alessandra. We will not because that was banned.
No, they picked a mid laner here if they're smart.
What will Phoenix go mid is the question. Oh, Victor?
Victor! I don't agree with that pick with your Ezreal Nami lane and your Kayn, considering...
They're trolling.
They're trolling. I was about to say Kayn would like some mid lane priority, and Victor...
They needed a hyper-aggressive early game mid laner. They need to go all in on top side because their bot lane is doomed.
I agree. I don't like that Victor pick here at all. I think he should have played something along the line of Ahri.
Oh, Kennen.
Kennen top?
Yeah, it is.
And then maybe?
I assume top.
We'll confirm in 1 second.
AD Kennen top? Probably not.
No?
No. Wait! Is he gonna do it?
Is that the dragon himself? Is that dragon?
That'd be really smart. That'd be really smart. If he can actually play it.
I would love, yeah. Him just can't bot. No! Ban this man. Get him out of my Discord.
He's still would be great, but I think Zoe is also pretty good here.
Yeah, it's pretty good if you're like you're really a bad person inside. Yeah.
No, but Havoc just coasts at this point. They don't have to do anything. They just let bot lane win and the game ends. It's all on CQR to react to their massive outdrafting at this point. And they have no recourse. There's no top laner they can pick here to fix this composition issue. Yeah. So at this point, Havoc actually has to run it down to lose this game because Havoc outdrafted the enemy composition by at least 2 to 3 times, which is ridiculous.
What does Volibear do into
unfortunate.
I don't like this Volibear pick at all. Yeah.
They're just trolling. Wait, doesn't CQR have a coach?
Apparently not anymore. I don't.
Isn't that Tivo?
Yeah, it's Tivo. I think he's drunk right now. I have no idea what he's doing.
He's D3. What's he doing?
I'm seeing Abdullah took over and everyone got their head smashed in by a rock. I don't know who that man was, but he should not do that. Okay, so my thoughts, the rest of the comp, I'm kind of whatever about. The Volibear really gets me. Volibear runs in. Zoe sleep. Braum ult. Braum Q. Kennen ult.
Vi alt. Vi Q.
Yeah, like if you really want to throw Vi in there too, like she can stop it. If she, like, ooh, Zoe last second switch to cleanse.
I don't like that either.
I don't. Yeah, I feel like who.
Just take barrier. The only way you get cleansed by Victor is by Victor putting the gravity field, which you then have to walk on because you're Zoe and you're so fast. It doesn't matter. You just hit barrier and you hit W and you walk out anyways.
No, 100% agree. I don't like that either. But yeah, I do not like this Volibear pick. I feel like there should, if you need a tank, which yeah they do, I like it. Okay, but just I feel like there's other tanks that could do it. You know.
I will say that I'm pretty sure Volibear at level like 2 or 3 has the ability to flash all in Kennen, especially with Ignite, because Kennen has a very low HP pool.
Yeah.
So he has the capability to just like die if he plays poorly and isn't playing to his maximum range and respecting the fact that Volibear can auto Q flash or flash Q.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Rutledge is a very good player and he's very good in lane. So I'm not worried about the in lane portion as much. It's just out of lane and you're running into the enemy and then you get CC'd 12 times. Like, what are you gonna do now, bud?
But the issue is not Rutledge surviving. Like, that's not the problem. We need them, if we being Conqueror, we need our top side to win. Because our bot side's about to get the dick.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Right.
The real question is, what does Rutledge do on Volibear that will translate into a win with this pick? Because he has to run at them, well, after winning his lane and then being able to fight them like that.
If he goes like 3-0 with good farm, he could do it. I think that's what he needs to be 3-0 with good farm, and he can carry a mid-game fight, and that's how they win this game. That's essentially what they're going for.
But how should this top lane matchup be played?
He essentially needs the Kennen to get pushed in. He needs to press Q at the Kennen, and the Kennen will press E in response. He'll back off, and the Kennen E is a longer cooldown than Volibear Q, or it's about the same. Regardless, the Kennen E is down, and that's when the Kayn has an opening to gank. That's like the only pattern I can see working out for Conqueror with this matchup. Like you said, it is possible that Volibear gets like a super cheese kill, but he needs to not only get the kill, but also secure the lead, and that's hard to do when your enemy has teleport, because they'll just teleport back to lane.
Yes.
And that's just really, really unfortunate for the Volibear. But yeah, this is gonna be a rough one for Conqueror. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
So Volibear's Q is actually a longer cooldown than Kennen's E.
Is it? How
Yeah.
by how many seconds?
2 seconds. Rolling
2
thunder,
seconds?
12.
Yeah. So that's enough time, because then Kayn has about 10 seconds to go in for a gank, and Kennen has no E. And by the time Kennen's E is up, Volibear has flash flip, which is the idea.
Well, no, Volibear's flip is longer cooldown.
Yeah, it's 2 seconds longer, right? So you start the fight before both cooldowns are up, and then Kennen's stuck fighting for a few seconds and goes low, maybe to like half HP, and then he's gonna have E, and he manages to use it on when it comes off cooldown, and then Volibear's Q will come up shortly after. Is the idea. Basically, you just can't have the Kennen E away at the beginning, but if it's down, it doesn't matter if the flip's not up quite yet, because as the fight extends, you can get in a position where you can use it regardless.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a little bit of talk in the Twitch chat about how these players are gold. It is true that in gold the macro doesn't work quite the same way. You have to remember though that both teams are gold. It's not like Havoc or Conqueror are that much better than the other team. It's not like a diamond versus a gold team and we're saying, oh, gold team outdrafted, GG. They're both gold. So the macro stays solid because of the lack of skill differential between the teams is the idea.
Correct. Yeah, no, I agree. And then Caveman was saying we had a losing bot lane last game and did fine. Yes, they did do fine, but that was because Gwen was continually going
it also
hard
wasn't
in
as
the
big
paint.
of a losing matchup. It wasn't as big of a losing matchup by any means, because the Morgana cancels out the Draven pick. That's the reason why it didn't go too badly. Okay. And, as we saw, the bindings were what turned those fights, and that's why the matchup goes that way.
Yeah, the bindings were on
Lucian
point.
Braum, though, Ezreal Nami, there's no recourse.
Yeah, and then I was going to say also Gimpy helped that bot lane out a ton. He had a lot of ganks, very good ganks coming in on there. So obviously, yeah, you can pick a losing matchup if your team is going to hard win mid and then just camp your lane. I mean, I could play anything I wanted if my mid lane jungle is going to come and body my laner anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, but
Aftershock Volibear.
And I'm not trying to flame Caveman or Jocko. I think they did play very well. It's just It was not a 2v2 lane, which, I mean, it's League of Legends. It's a team game. It's not a just individual basis. Uh-oh.
Brag about winning your 2v2 when you didn't win the 2v2. Got it.
Rip! I just got booted out, boys.
Oh, that's all right. Luckily, I'm still here, and I'll be doing the play, so we're good. Wait, I haven't been... Oh, there it goes. All right, I'm fine. We're good.
We're okay.
Speed up. Make sure I'm there. 10 seconds in. Pause is happening. Volibear is asking for ready as soon as he paused. Interesting. Interesting.
This has happened twice already.
Wouldn't be a duo game without a pause there, Jaxer, wouldn't it?
Hell yeah.
All right. So...
First blood doesn't mean you win the lane, though, Caveman.
And I also like how he completely ignored what I said about them playing the lane properly with the Morgana.
Yes, yeah. No one's flaming. We said you guys did well, but first blood doesn't mean you win lane. You can get first blood and still lose. So we are in a pause, though.
Which might happen, top lane, you know?
Yeah.
Rutledge might get first blood and still lose.
Exactly, yeah. First blood is really good to have, but it is not the end-all, be-all.
It's also a matter of getting that first blood and then being able to press that gold lead that you now have. If you don't back at a proper time, you can just give up that entire lead you got.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So, oh, well, the game's on pause. But let's go ahead and do a quick little peep of all the runes or masteries, what have you. Anything strike you guys is completely terrible, and you just want to flame for a quick minute?
I mean...
No, everything's actually pretty solid.
Yeah, I was about to say Phoenix is something that's kind of like, I think, but it's not terrible. I think it's fine for like the poke matchup, especially because he wants to be able to get some sort of lane priority into the Zoe.
There is one that is pretty wrong, but that's it. 1 out of 10. It's not bad. It might make a difference in this game, though. Let's see if you can come up with it, Dota. Which one is it?
Oh.
I know exactly which one.
Well, the only thing I'm going to look at is the ADCs and be like, oh, that's good. I'm done here. My job is done.
All right, Voslo, what is it?
Is it
remember we had that entire conversation about Aftershock last game?
No, I was thinking the Electrocute.
No, so Volibear as a laner, he's against a range matchup. He actually can't take anything else. Like he can maybe take Predator or something like Strange, but as a top laner, Volibear can't really take much into a range champion that's not Aftershock. Aftershock is not the bad one there. You were right though in pointing out the top lane. Lucius Best has Airy.
Oh, he's not
What
going
should
to
he have?
He should be doing the Electrocute AP sort of build, correct?
No.
Nope.
Try again.
Oh, press the attack AD?
What is the only way that he dies to Volibear?
Getting flashed on.
0 health.
Getting flashed on. And he basically needs to be in melee form with the Volibear. He needs Phase Rush.
Oh.
There you go. I was about to say, I don't... Interesting.
I never would have got that one.
Yeah, me either.
What a tragedy.
Tragedy. Hey, man, I looked at the bot lane. That looked good. So, man.
Yeah, that was pretty
my job here is done.
I actually thought that summon Airy is fine because he wants to poke out the Volibear early and wants to dissuade the ability for him to go in as early as possible.
Yeah, that is a winning matchup regardless, though, for Kennen, just because Volibear can never get on him. And say he messes up and Volibear gets on top of him, he needs that Phase Rush to get away. Or he just is going to die, which might happen because he doesn't have Phase Rush. So let's find out.
Yeah, but he's not playing Graves. So why would you need Phase Rush? No, I'm just kidding.
Great.
Thank you, Stojan. Thank you, Stojan. Proud of you.
I had to give it to him.
Oh,
Say, though, that the issue though is that if Volibear is able to get on top of you like at an early time and you're like not able to wait, go in, just wait. Hello. Gets
Wait, no, they win this. They win this.
Yeah, he does win this because Braum is a champion, and but they will have to heal for reasons, and Jakalaka will heal as well. The Ignite did go down. Both summoners on the 80 carries are gone. Both flashes are still alive for the supports here. Jester of Time is just zoning them out of this experience, and I don't know why. That was like all that trading was even able to happen onto Gawain aggressively right there, and Yasuo was just hiding in the bush and just letting them walk on his 80 carry like that.
Yeah, a little bit. Also, I didn't mention, I don't think anyone else did, Jester of Time is in this game, not King Caveman. Jester is the starter. Caveman was subbing in. Not really sure why. I wasn't told the reason for that. But I think this bot, that does help out a bot, because I do think Jester is a pretty good support. And as you can see, he's playing pretty aggro right now in this Nami.
Yeah, this is a pretty good... If they can kill either Lucian or Braum in the next minute or 2 minutes, they're doing fine. But if Lucian and Braum... They did make a huge mistake there. It's going to cost them some pressure. But if they just back and reset, you know, it goes back to square one. So we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. Want to see some cues. Looks like Kane might be ganking right here.
We'll get we'll get that. Gimpy is going for the gank. We'll not get too much going. Dallas is getting some auto attack trades onto Gimpy. Gimpy tanks a tower shot. Does get electrocute procced as well. Gimpy taking the worst of that trade.
Wait, if Dallas landed that paddle star, I think Gimpy died.
Really? I don't know.
It would be close.
I think
cleanse gets damage. Remember, he presses cleanse and gets the W damage. Yeah, the Gimpy was dead there. If he just landed that paddle star, and it's really sad too because Gimpy was not moving because of his W. Missing an ability on a stun target is always an unfortunate one.
Yeah, sometimes you just get a little unlucky, you know.
I wasn't sure if he'd be able to survive because of Flash, and then I remembered it is Zoe, so she hits Flash and she gets damage from hitting Flash. So there's that, and then you hit Flash and she gets your Flash. So you're right.
Unfortunate. Gawain's actually life-stealing back to with his Doran's Blade. So once he gets back to around 90% HP, they can reinitiate this lane.
Yeah,
definitely. And a good bubble lands onto Gawain again.
Yeah, also that Relic Shield definitely
helping out,
feels so good. That's why I love Relic Shield supports, man. I just trade like a monkey, you auto a couple minions, we back in there.
And then we trade like a monkey again.
Exactly.
And hopefully someone dies, and hopefully it's not me.
Hopefully it's not me. That's it. I say that every time I fight. Hopefully it's not me. I don't know what I'm doing. And then I just run in.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there we go. We get a good Winter's Bite right down. Gawain ease to the side to dodge.
Yes,
the
flash!
Bubble. He'll get so much damage down. No flash right here. Yeso doesn't want to flash aggressively because he won't get an auto attack range. Gawain, however, will push him right out of lane in just our time. We'll have to use his flash.
Yep, and that's Solution Braum in a nutshell.
I feel like Jester of Time died if Gawain used his Relentless Pursuit forward rather than
yes.
died.
Yeah. You are correct.
Yep. Because if he just responds and he's able to dodge forward, because at that point in time, this DC is gone and there's nothing to stop Lucian from auto-attacking here. Rutledge goes for the pull there.
Look at that.
That was some good damage.
Yep.
Yeah, Lucius, his mistake was pressing E. If he actually didn't press E, he was fine.
Because he took a tower shot. Yeah. He took a tower shot from the E proc, and then he was able to stun him and then get some good damage down, but if he just doesn't take that tower shot, he wins that trade so much harder.
Okay. Alright, so quick question, boys. So you look at the farm, as you see, top even, jungle's got a pretty big lead, mid a little bit of a lead, and then bot's pretty even. Do you think this should how it should be going? Should it be a little more, a little less? What's up? What do you guys think?
I actually have never seen this before. Neither jungle has ganked, but one jungler is down by 2 levels.
Well, Kane ganked, remember? Not Vi.
Yeah, but that's not even like, when I say ganked, I mean like a full out, like 30-second investment. That was like a 10-second investment.
Yeah.
So it was like a more of a brief poke into lane.
A little run by, yeah.
But how is Vi down like 2 levels? What is going on? That is probably the worst pathing I've seen from Duo Esports.
I don't know if he's comfortable on this one whatsoever. Rutledge opting for the ultimate. Vi is here. We'll get a Q flash, but I think Rutledge will just die.
And that's a recovery.
Blood goes,
yep. Yeah. Vi recovered. Just from that XP from that kill is going to bring him right back into it.
Yep. Honestly, well done by Razzle Frazzle getting the flash Q right there and keeping Lucius best, knowing that he will survive. I also don't know why Rutledge engaged when Lucius had his Seeker's Arm Guard and Rutledge hadn't backed yet.
Yeah, and also Gimpy was on the bot side of the map.
And
he never won that either. Lucius had ultimate. He would never win that.
Yeah.
I think Lucius would have just been able to kite it out, and then especially because he had the Seeker's Arm Guard, there was no damage that was going to be done to Lucius best that was enough to kill him. He didn't back yet.
Oh, Gimpy might get this though.
Oh, he does.
That feels really bad, man.
It's gonna put him once again 2 levels behind. So recovery is now back to nil. But actually, sorry.
No. I was just gonna say, and K now scales, right? That was what we talked about earlier.
Okay. Yes.
So as a coach, I have to figure out not just the game, but also like player psychology and figure out why people do things, so I can kind of quote unquote diagnose what's going wrong with them. And Relish is actually did something that's really common in the range versus melee matchup. Most of the time, the reason why either side will win is not because of the matchup itself, but because of mental. The ranged matchup has to very carefully poke down their opponent and not get caught. And so it's very mentally stressful. And then the melee matchup has to not take too much poke and get pressure. Oh, here we go.
So Razzle Frazzle's here. He will go in. Rutledge still has ultimate, but Razzle's not 6.
But as I was saying, so both sides are very mentally stressed, and Rutledge basically caved. It was like a big game of chicken, and then he caved first and tried to all in when the time wasn't right.
Dallas getting some good poke. I think Dallas is dead right here. We'll flash away. We'll be able to use that flash.
Oh, get slowed. He's
The
gone.
cleanse. Yeah, he didn't cleanse the slow. It will now just get eaten alive, getting inside of Zoe from the Kane. We'll get that kill going on.
Yeah, I gotta say, solid gank. Uh-oh, 2v2 though.
Oh, absolutely. The 2v2, I was not paying attention just for time. He's going to get the Winter's Bite.
Jester's
Brock
gone.
will die right here. The culling coming out. Gawain cancels the culling to
Oh!
Nice flash.
However, dodged the good Winter's Bite right there. But Jacko Loco, I think, is still dead.
Oh!
Well, good stuff, Gawain, flashing that W. Heard you guys talking about it. Needed to flash that Morgue Binding. But here he is, flashing the Ezreal's damage, point blank.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I think he just flashed the W on.
Yeah, but I think he just flashed the W. I think it was
Ezreal.
an auto W. Yeah.
So.
What, wasn't that a Q that he flashed there?
I thought it was a
Wasn't it a
W.
Q?
I think it was just
It
a
was
W.
just a W.
Or just a W? So maybe not necessary, but it looked cool.
I think not necessary, but it could have been a Q. He doesn't know. All he sees is Ezreal about to cast a spell, so I'll give him props for that because you don't know what's coming out. All you know is something's about to hit me in the face. Let me juke it. He did a great job. Great 2v2. I mean, they saw Gimpy, the jungler, in the top river, so they're like, hey, boys, let's do this 2v2. Nami's not 6 yet. They go in. They get rewarded very handsomely for it.
I will say, though, that the entire lead that Havoc has gotten right now is, like, being countered by just Kane.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're only up, what, 200 gold?
Yeah, they're only up 200 gold. Like, the bot lane is up 600 gold, but Kane is up 700 by himself.
Yeah, he's definitely outpathed Razzle by a lot. And remember, I mentioned that jungle matchup goes rough for Kane in the 1v1, but how does he win? What about his clear speed?
Scaling.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah, his clear speed is significantly faster than Vi's. And here the issue, though, is even though he's cleared a lot, Kane is still the weakest champion in the jungle pre-form. So until he gets his form, all of this gold is not going to do jack all.
Okay. Correct. And also his mid laner does not have the best of lane priorities currently because he played Victor.
Oh!
Oh my God, Dallas!
He just lost his lead. He actually, from that, he just lost his lead.
That feels bad,
on
man.
Vi.
Oh my, that was
Wow.
disgusting from Dallas. That was disgusting.
Phoenix is going to be so mad right now because he never gets second blue buff, but the enemy mid laner did from Gimpy. That's...
Oh no!
Now he's like, what do I do in this lane? I can't do anything, Reed. As Razzle's realizing that Phoenix didn't
Oh, there we
get
go.
his
No
buff.
phase rush.
Bolt ult.
You know what? There it goes. We have this fight in the top lane. The ult will come down. The Thunderstorm doing
Wait,
this.
Rutledge.
Vi's there. Vi's there.
Rutledge, good flash, good flash.
No, he's not.
Razzle,
Oh.
not paying attention.
Wait.
Oh my God.
Razzle, what are you doing?
Razzle. I think you're frazzled there, Razzle. I need you to be careful. You can't dazzle them right
Oh,
now. What are you doing?
And the game turns around.
Oh no.
What is communication, guys? I don't know. Guys, Rutledge is being aggressive on me, and he flash ignited me, Razzle. He's like, nah, man, I'm
Wait,
doing Rick.
Phoenix?
Yeah, Phoenix, what are you doing?
No, Dazzle
It's
loses
looking
this.
good. It's looking good. It's going to be close. What the what? Hello? He flashed. What?
That might be the worst 1v1 I've seen in a while.
Oh, no.
Play-by-play that, but I was just so in awe of like helmet smashing their keyboards that I saw. It was fantastic.
Well, I guess what Phoenix did, he heard everyone talking about how you need to flash the damage to make it look good. So he tried to do it, but the problem was nothing came out.
And the problem was it was an auto attack.
Yeah.
And he flashed in place.
No.
Oh,
I just have to mention that Dallas taking cleanse is really bad. I didn't actually see that at the beginning. I was just looking at keystones.
Yeah.
Taking cleanse there is actually pointless because there's nothing to CC cancel. So at this point,
Yes, we did have a conversation about that in Champion Select about how we think you should have opted for Barrier because Barrier's on a shorter cooldown and
ignite, lads, ignite.
But the Ignite is pretty good too. But what I think Barrier's on a shorter cooldown and also like he's primed to getting ganked because Victor's just gonna get pushed in anyways.
I mean, you just 2v1 at that point because it's Zoe. Yeah, you definitely ignite is definitely indisputably correct, especially with electrocute. Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh, both junglers here.
Both junglers, and we got a
It's
little
2 levels down.
Yeah, probably a good choice from Razzle there because he is 2 levels down, like he said. So yeah, I definitely think that's the good choice there.
Yeah, I feel like picking Vi into someone that knows Vi better than you do was probably not the best idea.
It actually has nothing to do with Gimpy being that behind. Oh, here we go.
That's true. You're correct. Wait, the Unbreakable? The Unbreakable after the knockup? Interesting. All the culling is coming down, lots and lots of damage coming in, but nothing really to happen from it.
You're a bit behind, my friend.
I think I am.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm up to pace. I was a bit distracted.
Well, either way, nothing really happened there. So they did use the exhaust, which that might come back to bite the Conqueror bot lane in a little bit, because that exhaust is very, very good for shutting down the Lucian damage.
It is very much. Gimpy is here. Jester of Time is here as well. Jester of Time is no ultimate. The tidal wave not going to be too useful. Razzle is here. Will get spotted by the.
Oh, this is really bad for them.
Yes, it is.
Havoc's in trouble.
He's going to get completely caught. Conqueror is in such a good spot right now. They're just getting pincered right here. The Slicing Maelstrom does come out.
Oh, does it in place.
Oh my.
Oh no.
Dallas trying to dazzle us. I'm getting all confused.
Uh-oh, Gimpy! Gimpy! What? No!
Lucius! Lucius, what? Get that kill here.
He didn't.
Wait, no. Wait, hit W. Wait, no.
That was a tragedy.
Oh, no.
Okay, let me point out for all of the aspiring Kennen players out there, make sure you press your Q after they're stunned. It's a pretty good tip.
They might get first tower here. It's looking... no, they won't.
Rutledge.
It's a race!
He's just conceding this. Why doesn't he just... Wait, why didn't Lucy's Best try to attack the Rift Herald and stop the push? Like, Gimpy had to back. He was literally 10 HP. And like...
Oh, nice flash, but he still lands it.
Good Winter's Bite. Well, Gawain is still here. Will he get this stun? The stun does land from the Winter's Bite passive. Gawain, however, taking a lot of damage. Will get that stun down. Yeso will be able to fight him here a little bit. I think Jakalaka will be able to arcane shift away, and still the Rift Herald's still pushing on the top side. If Lucius Best able to get behind it, will kill the Rift Herald before it crashes, which is very important.
Yeso with that disgusting prediction. I loved it.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Woo!
But unfortunately, they can't call out targets, so they lose.
Correct.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to go, Nami, Ezreal, and then win the game. Unfortunate.
Just, spamming out, yelling out what you're thinking. Yikes from me.
Yeah, well, Gimpy completely, on his own, reversed the composition disadvantage on his own right now. It's incredible. This might be the hardest 1v9 I've seen in Duo Sports, actually.
Yeah.
Good stuff from Gimpy coming in.
So, taking a peek at this gold league here, looking at about 2k gold lead for Conqueror.
Gold league?
Gold league, yes. Gold lead for Conqueror. Dragons are a Ocean for Havoc, Air Drake for Conqueror. So, what do you guys think? Who outscales who here?
I think is in favor of Dallas is getting caught, the tidal wave and the bubble, just getting completely burst down by Phoenix. And I was just about to say, you have like Victor on your team, and Victor's a scaling monster.
Yeah, so this scaling game is won by CQR because Volibear just goes full tank and essentially functions as like a Scion or a Malphite. And Ezreal, Nami overcome their lane disadvantage as Lucian starts to fall off due to his range, and Victor comes online and Kayn has his form, and Vi's going to be falling off. The only thing that they have to be afraid of is the Kennen, but he's so far behind, it doesn't matter.
So, and it should be Kayn going Rost, right? The red Kayn, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Blue Kayn is interesting.
Against that team composition, it's pretty bad, yeah. There are some compositions where Blue Kayn is good, but not that one.
I'll agree with that.
Okay.
They do have some squishies that Blue Kayn can blow up, but it's his engage is pretty telegraphed into the Lucian, where Lucian can dodge a lot of his burst, and Zoe just being sleepy and dodge.
So actually, we commended Dallas for that play on the blue buff, which actually did reverse for a moment Gimpy's advantage onto Razzle, but he actually isn't good at Zoe at all.
Correct.
And that's causing his team a lot of trouble.
Correct.
Aurelion Sol, where are you now?
I mean, he has been landing a bit of the sleepy trouble bubble, so that's good.
It's pretty easy to land when somebody walks into them.
Wow. Hey, man, come on, give the man a break. He's got a family.
Oh, tragic.
But yeah, again, if anyone's tuning in right now, Dallas is an E-sub. The mid laner Spartan, his power went out unexpectedly last night, was not back, so they had to use an E-sub for this match. Uh-oh, lands a sleepy trouble bubble.
and the gravity field will land on Yeso. Yeso being able to deny really
Whoa,
nothing.
whoa.
They're calling out
Wow.
Rutledge is actually...
Whoa! Wow! Wayne!
Gawain eeing into melee range of the Volibear seems like a very crazy idea. The slicing Maelstrom does
clap,
come.
yes,
Dallas is able to get
lads.
some good damage. Is going to try and chase Jackalaka here rather than going to the Phoenix. Phoenix is probably going to die here as well. Lucius Best is in a really bad spot, but he is able to kite. Gimpy the first is trying to catch him out, but I don't think he is going to be
Yeah, CQR wins this.
probably be able to catch on Lucius Best. The Drowsy will land onto Rutledge. Rutledge, however, getting exhausted from all of the little bubbles that Dallas is able to pick up right here.
Yeah. Also, I think that kind of just showed the Volibear pick not how the disadvantages of picking Volibear. He just kept trying to run around in circles chasing people, and everyone just ran away from him.
However,
for
luckily,
the later half of that fight.
If the ranged person that you really want to kill is Volibear, just ease into you.
Yes, yes, that is good. That is good. Like I said, the second half of that team fight showed that. The first half, not so much. I don't think they can kill him.
No, they can't. Also, there's Gimpy here, and he's Rost.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
Black
full
Cleaver.
Volibear.
Yeah, that is a full tank Volibear with a Rost right next to him. Like,
Interesting. He has no armor right now. He's built only MR so far.
Yep, he does have a cloth armor, but
well, come on, that doesn't count.
That actually is enough. That's actually enough. The enemy champions, the Vi and the Lucian, that one cloth armor is actually enough for him to just sustain through fights. And now that he has a Righteous Glory, he's just completely
oof. Yeah, he's 2 items.
unkillable.
Yeah, he's wicked hard to kill at this point. Like, peeling him is going to be an issue.
You don't even need to peel. He's just gonna tank all your skill shots.
Yep.
It's gonna be a real problem.
And then he's gonna get his passive, and then he's gonna dance.
Yeah, and so they do have an ignite to try to shut down the Volibear healing. Yeso has that, but so far, excluding that, they don't really have anything else. No grievous wounds applying.
It looks like Zoe's building towards a Merlinomicon now,
Yes.
but yikes from me. It's gonna be. She really doesn't want to be hitting Rutledge, I think, unless it's to deny the ability for him to just touch her inappropriately with a Sleepy Trouble bubble. But
yeah, no, I agree. That should not be the foot. Whoa!
Wow!
Oh, Jocko Laco just wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why did Jocko Laco go Frozen Fist here?
If he had Ignite, that guy's dead.
Correct.
No, yeah. I believe
My
it.
question is, why did Jocko Laco go Frozen Fist here?
I can kind of understand.
He has the Victor for damage.
Yeah.
So
I like
Triforce
Frozen
is not super necessary.
Yeah.
The only problem is the Iceborne not going to be doing too much against the people that are going to be hitting him in the near future. So I'd probably go Triforce anyway.
Yeah,
But
so
it's actually not
like,
too much of a difference in this
because
situation.
it looks like Vi is just going tank. Oh, I know. I think she's building a GA. Never mind.
Wait a
He's just
minute.
building funny. I was like, he has a stopwatch and a chain vest. That's a GA. Wait a minute.
Rutledge
on the side.
trying. Oh, nice block.
We'll get absolutely unbreakable. Good job.
Uh-oh, actually, though.
He's dead.
We'll just get completely bursted down as he just sits there and can't do too much when he gets CC chain. Rutledge walks right in front of all his skill shows. The port is completed. Gawain is doing a lot of damage. However, he's
Oh, nice
walking away
ult.
from the team fight. I do think Rutledge
That's
will
not
like
enough.
him. No, he's
They're
not.
still gonna lose.
That slicing Maelstrom will do so much damage. He will still die after his Johnny, so he will get just taken out alive. Gimpy was just playing great, going a little bit too far underneath that tower, but luckily will survive. Rutledge, though, will be able to zone them off this tower and take this tower for... just take this tower for losing nothing.
Does anyone on Havoc do damage right now? It doesn't look like it.
No, they're too far behind.
Yeah, Gawain feels a little afraid at this point in time. He had a position
Uh-oh.
to go in aggressively, and Rutledge, the sleepy.
Oh, Rutledge is popping off!
But Rutledge is just gonna walk in at Dallas and just. eat
Jocko
that.
trying to get the KS.
Trying. Luckily, he can take tower shots because he built a Frozen Fist.
Come on.
Wait, that Lucian auto to Volibear did 40 damage.
Oof. Yeah, he's really fed right now. He's a big lad.
Opting for the he has a Phage, a Kindle Gem, and a Caulfield Tip Warhammer.
Yeah, what is he building?
My question is, why didn't he just finish his Black Cleaver?
That's what I'm saying. Why did he go Warhammer after
Wait.
Phage?
That's the Riven build, actually. The Caulfields and Phage and Kindle Gem. That's the Riven build.
Yeah, to sit on as much CDR as possible, but like.
But he's not Riven.
One, he's not Riven.
Wait,
Two,
someone DM him. Let him know.
There's also all this armor that the enemy team is building, and he still hasn't.
Wait, you're
finished
not
Black
Riven.
Cleaver. And now he's sitting on a Sapphire Crystal.
No, at this point,
get a Black Cleaver.
Havoc is in the same situation that they were in last game. The only hope that they have winning this, they got too far behind in the early game, and bot lane didn't pop off enough. They did win, but not enough. to where they can just 1v9 or 2v8, I should say. So at this point, the only way they win this is if Dallas finds picks for their team. Lucius isn't strong enough to come online quite yet. He needs 4 items, I believe, to do that. So they're waiting. They're trying to stall this game out for ostensibly another 12 minutes. So that's their goal. 35 minutes on the clock.
Ezreal walking right into the sleepy trouble. Will ever get healed by Nami?
Oh no, another Baron.
And the Baron call. Let's go. Phoenix will take some damage.
Wait, Lucius is not there, but Kennen is.
I don't like this at all.
Oh,
righteous glory right at
nice.
Dallas is in a pretty awkward position. That Drowsy right on top of Gibby. Gibby will ever be inside of that and he will come out. Of that.
They still lose this actually. I think.
They do.
they?
I think there's 2.
Oh, it might be close.
Go
no, they're 2 split.
CQR split themselves so hard and is now just going to completely lose this fight as Rutledge just basically just ran away from his team. He's the front line.
Yeah, Rutledge just stayed with his team. They won that. That's why I said they win that. But he went off to go kill the Zoe, I guess. So good on him.
Yeah, I don't like that Baron call, honestly. I don't at all. You have a Kennen who has a ton of AoE. You have the Zoe with her Sleepy Trouble bubble. I don't like jumping in a super tiny hole against those champions. That's just...
The only reason why it was even close is because Lucian wasn't there at the beginning.
Yeah. I do not like that call. I feel like Conqueror, I guess they're just trying to force, or maybe they just think they're super far ahead and they can do whatever the hell they want and they'll still win. I'm not really sure why, but I hate that call.
It's really bad.
I think the bait wasn't a terrible idea, but they need to understand that they need to pick the weak side and then engage together as 5 and not split off like that.
Yes, you are correct.
Because if they just all 5 run at Zoe, like the enemy team has to chase them, and then Zoe can only do so much at 1v5.
Also, in a bait like that, you don't actually start the Baron. You just sit in the pit.
You just make it look like you're doing it.
Yeah. Exactly.
The old Expected classic where you sit there, you try to auto, and then hit stop before the auto attack collects.
Oh, yeah.
The old Expected.
Wait, you saw that in LCS, right? Where they threw like a ton of skill shots into the pit? That was sick.
Oh, yes. Some good stuff.
Rutledge gonna die if he wants to.
Rutledge can, but Lucius is here. But that Volibear now is a Titanic Hydra, so yikes from me. I was like, I think he might just kill the both of them, to be entirely honest.
Yeah, he's a big bear.
Yeah, that's 4 items.
Yeah. I was like, I'm pretty sure, like, they don't have a Void Staff on either of the 2 champions.
Oh, here we go! Oh, he's gone!
He's got the Righteous Glory, he's coming in. Lucius Best is going for the teleport to try and maybe save Dallas' life. Dallas, I think, will just fall.
Oh my god.
He's too strong, and there's nothing to be done. He's got too much armor.
And the TP.
Yeah, the Aftershock is so strong, and then with that TP, Rutledge is still bot side, and then Lucius is down bot. There's 3 on the side of Havoc that are alive in the area to even contest Baron.
Oh, they're doing it again.
I don't think they have the ability to respond to this. Lucius understands that he can just run up to the top side and come here for the Baron fight. He does have Slicing Maelstrom.
He will be there in time, yeah.
He will be there in time. Good,
yeah,
good.
I don't. They're doing this way slow.
They're doing it super slow. They don't have the damage right now. He just
mountains.
They are engaging on
a half turn.
Oh, here we go.
Slicing Maelstrom will come in, and we would get a good stun onto the Nami. Nami will get caught out here. Gibby will also die from tanking the Baron. Razzle able to get that good catch. The ultimate on top of Jocko Lockways. He's in the backside. That is really good for the side of Havoc. If they can
nice.
Jocko Lockways will also fall. Macro is hard. Wait a minute. All right.
That was really good.
That Baron? I'm pretty sure that's Baron, right?
Yeah, it's
I don't know. They're really low.
They have an ocean. If Gawain can tank this, but he didn't tank it fast enough, so. Yeah. If he tanked it from the beginning, I think they could have done it. Because Zoe comes in and trades out aggro, and they're okay.
Okay. So that was bad, I think, for Conqueror, but not the worst thing in the world because they do get
towers off of it though.
They do, right?
Nice damage.
So I could have went a lot worse, but they got a little bit lucky, I believe.
Well, I mean that possibly was like worst case scenario. Just thinking about it from the perspective of they were in the driver's seat, and on a scaling comp that beats the enemy scaling comp. The one thing they don't want to do is that lose mid-game team fights and allow their team, the enemy team, to get into a mid-game stage when their own composition is a late-game stage. You want to just let the game continue at its normal pace, get to late game, have your Victor Ezreal just pop off, and it's just over. But instead, now they're letting their enemy team, who was stuck in the early game stage, it's a lot like Civilization eras, get into the mid-game stage. And now look at the items. Look at Zoe and Lucian's items.
Rutledge is building more damage, by the way. He's building Hysterics.
Yeah, that's oof. That is a big bear. But either way,
yeah.
so Ezreal's sitting at 2.5.
I think he just wants more tank items, though. Like, sure, he's like he's gonna be this big split push threat, but it's gonna be harder and harder for him to push down towers if like when the tier 2s are gone. And, like his ability to tank skill shots if he doesn't have resistances, like, is gonna be pretty hard. They do, however, have a good sleepy trouble bubble. Jakalaka will get defended on, but
looks like they're trying to collapse on this top lane here. Might be a
Oh,
fight.
really good for CQR.
oh, Dallas is in a pretty awkward spot. Will get drowsy. Gimpy will take a lot of damage here from the side of Dallas. Dallas will get flash W'd by Gimpy. Gimpy doing a lot of damage here. So I don't know.
Oh, Gimpy!
No.
Like,
Oh no!
Maelstrom. Gimpy just gets completely bursted out. Rutledge is over here.
Oh!
Gawain.
Havoc
is in a
wins
really
this.
awkward spot. Gawain does not have a good place to be right now. Razzle Frazzle able to Q will get healed as well.
What a
Really
tragedy.
awkward spot, and oh my. Fighting in a tiny AoE with AoE champions is not what you want to be doing.
Is that Baron?
That's actually not the reason they lost that. They didn't actually get comboed by the Kennen or the Virus.
yeah.
It was just Gimpy running it down.
Just feeling a little aggressive and going for something that he shouldn't be going for, splitting off again too hard.
Yeah, Gimpy got a little blinded.
I don't see a Teemo in this game.
By Jester. Jester trying to trade with Dallas here, but this is all Dallas wants. It's his zone. Gawain, you need to stay attacking the Baron, please.
Oh, Baron steal. Here we go. Oh.
Will it come in? It does not. Luckily, Unbreakable is skill.
Uh-oh. Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa. All right.
Great champion, by the way.
Good night.
I was about to say balance champion. Balance champion. Good job, Riot Games. I like it. I like it.
And keep in mind that even though I said CQR outscales, I meant into the late game. But this is mid game. This is not late game yet. Late game is 5-6 items. So that's why Havoc are doing so well at this point, because they've been let into the mid game when they should have been stuck in early for the rest of the game. This is really bad for Conqueror.
Yeah. This is looking pretty rough. I think Lucius Best now has the Void Staff? No, he's opting to go for Umbrella-Nomicon.
Remember, I said 4 items on that Kennen, so he's currently about 500, 600 gold away from this spike that I mentioned before, and he's going to be really, really powerful.
Yeah, he's going to be a real strong menace at this point in time. It's getting pretty weird right here. Dallas not performing as well in the laning phase, but doing pretty well in the mid game. Frazzle queuing into the pit, trying to get the steal, not able to get.
Wait, this is really good for Havoc if they can go.
Gimpy's a little split off from the team. Jakalaka
Oh no, Phoenix!
Gonna catch on to Phoenix. Phoenix does, however.
Wait,
what? What?
Please, anybody?
No
Anybody?
way, right?
Anybody?
Oh! He did it!
Thank you, Gawain, with the ardent blaze to kill him at the end of that team fight. That was a.
I knew going AP was gonna pay off. For Lucian.
Right, AP Lucian, fantastic. Every single time. Luckily, though, with his weird, awkward item build, he was finally able to finish his Black Lever and his Essence Reaper now, though.
Oh, what is this?
Rutledge, wait, Rutledge, hello? Rutledge? Rutledge? There's 5 people there. They have Baron. Stop it. You're 4v5.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah. He was trying to get some help, but his team was not there, and one of them was dead. Wait a minute.
Oh, good Zanyas. Good Zanyas.
Well, they're fighting it. Oh, nice job.
No, Havoc, this is bad for Havoc. Havoc loses this.
Gawain is in a really bad spot. They've decided to take this fight that they shouldn't have been
Is
taking.
that the throw?
Battery.
Yeah, it is.
He's still kiting. Dallas is the only one alive, and he will die. Rutledge with a triple kill. Oh, quadra kill.
Red team quadra kill.
But can they get anything off this? I don't think they're gonna get any objectives. They're just gonna shove waves.
Maybe mid inhibitor if they all go. Maybe.
25 seconds on Braum. He'll be the first one up.
Yeah, they can. If they skip the minion wave, just go for the tower.
But you
Let
do
Victor
have
get the
Baller
minion
Bear.
wave.
Baller Bear's pretty tanky. He still has.
Yeah, he can just take the tower.
Yeah.
They're gonna get it regardless, though. All right, so what was the key deciding factor in that 5v4 team fight? Why did that go so horribly for
Lucius
Havoc?
Best was in melee range of Rutledge, and then Gawain was in melee range of Rutledge, and then they just died.
Yes.
It turns out walking up to the bear that has no other way to get to you is a good way for him to get to you.
Correct, correct. It's very, very easy for him to get hit by all of your skill shots that will slow him down and be unable to engage on you. But it's also very easy for him to kill you if you walk up to him and you're not the skill shot.
wait. Do you think that Lucius thought he was the skill shot?
I assume so. He hit E and then walked at him aggressively.
the Yordle missile.
It's a genius play. They'll never expect it.
5,000 IQ. Oh wait, why are we all dead and why am I Janya's without my ult at the tower? Yikes.
Okay. So we see...
Rutledge is now late game. Check that out. 6 items.
Yeah, he is massive. 11 and 2 right now.
now. He is in a very good spot. He is strong. He got a quadra kill off that fight, just able to, you know, hit W occasionally, walk around, auto attack, Titanic Hydra AoE is pretty fun. Especially when you have like 4k HP. How much HP does this man have?
Also, look at the ADCs. Lucian is way, way far ahead of Ezreal, about 4k gold.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And he does have a Grievous Wounds now. He does have the Executioner's Calling.
Oh, they're all ending the Volibear.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You don't want to chase.
Okay, he procced Hysterics. Okay, that's something.
That is something. It is, however, the tank. So, you know, if you continue chasing the
what?
tank, you can Lucy's best.
That could have went very badly.
Woo! Havoc inting for a second. Lucy's best. Oh, crying to his team, probably just like. Ah!
Yeah, Yeah, that ADC is a huge difference. I mean, we see, what did I say, 4.5k gold. Lucian is a full item above Ezreal. Ezreal sitting on 3 items, QSS, and a Doran's Blade. So yeah, Lucian is doing tons of damage. I think the farm difference, I mean, look at that. What do we got, 120 farm lead?
120
well, Kane.
6 kills.
Yeah.
Kane has entered the late game, ladies and gentlemen. 5 items.
Yeah, he is. He's also very tanky. The GA.
The Vi is sitting on 1, 2, 3.
And a half. Gotta give him the half.
Gotta give him the half.
Is Zoe back?
Oh, they stopped the Lucian recall.
Oh, this is actually probably game.
Yeah, this is game off. Oh, Gawain able to get into a position to maybe get Relentless Pursuit away, but luckily does not get too much. The Slicing Maelstrom does a lot of damage, but he's just gonna die.
Oh, Kane in the back line too.
Yeah, Lightning Squirrel will die. Gimpy over 1v3 in the back line.
Oh, he's actually 1v9.
1v3 right here. Yeso in an awkward position trying to peel off Gimpy right now.
Gimpy's making up for his earlier mistakes.
Well, he's trying. He doesn't really get too much, but they do not have too much they can do off of this except for just getting this tower. I mean, they're going to probably win off of those 2 catches, as I mentioned earlier. Gawain plays a little greedy and able to just get collapsed upon. Him and Lucy's best reading a wave that they should have no position taking.
Yeah, this is is that game? 15 on Lucian.
Yeah, probably.
It's probably game.
Oh, Rutledge trying his best!
Rutledge going for a little bit of that fun stuff. Dallas in a bad position, nothing to really do. Did, however, have his Rapscap, but no Void Staff.
Oh, that's 100% game.
If you don't have a Void Staff, you're just going to die. Rutledge just doesn't care about these towers. He's like, what are these cannon minions hitting me for? Gawain, however, walks right into Gimpy again, getting melee range of Rutledge, deciding that he doesn't like that, flashes away this Derek.
Rutledge doesn't care!
Rutledge absolutely doesn't care. This Derek gets proc. He does have his passive, the Executioner's Calling.
It's the Revenant! It's the Revenant!
The bear again.
Oh, no.
Rutledge is now Leonardo DiCaprio. Or no, he's not. He's the bear. Havoc would be.
Gawain and then Havoc. Leonardo DiCaprio right there, just feeling that.
100%. Woof! I need some gifts in general chat right now of the Revenant. That's stat Twitch chat. Get on that, please. All right, so 36-minute game. We'll just go ahead and round up that 1 second. What do you guys think? Okay, so the last game, I thought, and I think we kind of are in agreement here, that Phoenix was MVP for the game. I think he did the best on that Lissandra. He was bodying people, bodied Dallas quite a bit. This game, the victor, not gonna lie, I wasn't very impressed. I was whelmed. What do you guys think? What do you think? Rutledge? Rutledge was looking good, right?
Well,
Rutledge was doing okay. He did collapse mentally at the Kennen All-In at level 6, but that didn't matter too much in the end. I think Dota, you said Phoenix, right?
For game 1. Yeah, I thought game 1 he did very well. This one, he did okay. I mean, I'm not trying to flame the guy. A couple times I thought he mispositioned.
It was just like, he was Victor. What do you do as Victor that's flashy? I mean, he got that 1v1 in the mid lane against Zoe where the mechanical plays of gods was happening. Look at the cleanse. Look at the moves. All of them. Cleansing nothing. It was great. Flashing in place.
Yeah, so who do you think your standout player for this game was? Voss.
For team in general, or I think
either team or over game.
I think I mean Gimpy was still able to outpace Vi completely, and that was something I think worth noting. I mean that was pretty much more of Razzle's fault than it was Gimpy's, but I think Gimpy had a good positioning, and then he kind of threw a little bit down the road. But I mean, he was in a very good position and was doing fantastic for his team, so he's probably the person I would put. Rutledge basically got to just get gifted kills.
Okay, what about you, Drax? What do you think?
I would probably give it to Rutledge, just because in both times he was in a disadvantageous matchup in lane, which as a top laner can feel, let's just say, really bad. It's obviously a lot deeper than that too, mentally, but he was in Pike versus Renekton and Volley versus Cannon. He didn't play him perfectly by any means, but we don't really expect anyone to play perfectly. But he was able to make an impact on the game, even though he was down in lane matchup, if that makes sense. I don't think anyone on either team had the same kind of disadvantage at the start and managed to come back that hard. So I'd give it to Rutledge.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that. I think, yeah, you're correct. He looked good in lane. Yeah, he monkeyed out the one time on the Volibear, but for the most part, he looked pretty good in lane, and then out of lane, I mean, who lad? He turned into a monster. What? Munch, munch, chomp, chomp. Everyone. So, yeah. So that is our quarterfinals for today. Let's go ahead and do a quick review of these stats, and then we'll start getting into the next one. Total damage champions. Rutledge did the most on his team, even though he went, 85% tank.
That's 100% tank. Sterak's is now basically a tank item after the change.
Is it? No, I thought it'd be a little. No,
it is like it does add more damage, but it's fine on tanks too, just because of the shield. When they changed it so that it didn't interact with Triforce the same way, it became more of a tank item than anything else.
I will say Gwyn did the most damage in the game.
The Titanic, though, I guess that is a bruiser item. Yeah, so you're right. He is more of a bruiser.
So, but yeah, Gwen definitely putting out some good damage on the Lucian. I mean, he was up a ton of farm. I feel like they kept giving him them sideways to farm in order so he could carry. And he did do well. They didn't win, unfortunately, but I did think he did pretty well. Again, we'll always remember that E forward into the Volibear. That will not be forgotten.
That was
tragic.
Like, hey, bear, come at me, bro. And then the bear was like, okay.
And then the bear ate me. I died. Control wards. Again, everyone purchased at least one. Little drop off from last game. Last game, everyone bought two. Yeah, everyone bought two last game. This game, just one, but still, hey, you did it. What about tower damage? I feel like Rutledge did a ton of tower damage. And yes, he did. The most in the game by far.
Holy 10 grand.
Zoe did not even hit a tower.
That's true. Zoe, man, how did she not hit at least once, right? An auto or two? Huh, okay.
Okay.
All right. I mean, whatever.
All right.
Okay. So, any last words you want to give, Voss?
I mean, I don't know what else to give. I mean, congratulations to Conqueror. They were able to pull it out, doing well. They were able to get their support in time for game 2, able to show up and do what we figured they would do, and that's cause havoc.
All right.
Let's just let me point out that in game 1, the skill level between the two teams didn't look too different. But in game 2, CQR formed up a lot better than Havoc and managed to overcome the draft difference and just completely roll the enemy opponent with it. Notwithstanding. So that's really impressive. They definitely looked a lot better second game than they did first game. And I think that shows their cohesion as a team, right? As a competitive team. It's not like solo queue where you just kind of play one game with your teammates, but they managed to kind of shake off the jitters in the first game and run it much better as a team in the second game than their opponents were able to.
Yeah, 100%. Got to give tons of props. I think Havoc did play well. Obviously, they did not win. Nice, clean 2-0 from Conqueror. But yeah, I thought they did pretty well overall. I thought it'd be a little bit closer, but they did have the E-sub of Dallas. That obviously is going to hurt your synergy quite a bit, especially, I don't know if he's ever played with them. I assume not because he's never been on the roster. They found him, they said, about 5 minutes before kickoff. So that definitely hurt them, but Conqueror did show that they were the better team today. They look good. We'll see them in the semifinals. We have a couple more broadcasts for today. We're going to take about a 15-minute, let the other teams get set up, give you guys a break to go get some water. So don't turn off that Twitch. Right after this, we have, I believe, Naughty Nips versus Aether Esports. And then following that will be ESG versus OC Nation. Both are best of threes. Both will finish out the quarterfinals. Don't turn that dial, and we'll see you guys in a little bit.
All right. Good shit. Good shit. I'm going to have to go beat up some rocket ships and show them how the way to fly. All right. You probably didn't mute me, and I said that on cast. Let's go. Alright.
I am. That's stupid. Okay, I'm honored Jake made the mistake of letting me speak at his wedding. Okay. Little did Jake realize. That's when little Jake realized he made
What's up,
his
cuties?
ghost costume out of his mother's wedding dress.
How you doing?
Hi, Gimpy.
Are you talking? Well, you said I was trolling that game. Are you talking about the bear in play?
More where you ran into 4 people in
That okay, but that my computer bugged out during that. Legit. I couldn't see anything. I don't know what happened. Because I could have pressed R on Zoe. I could have got. Why would I run into 4 people? That just seems ridiculous.
So, you are single and superstitious. Maybe you should try.
Well, you're off our team,
your
Dodo.
mom's wedding dress.
It is now. I'm telling Deathware you are a Smurf.
That he feels like the luckiest
Like,
guy
I can't
in
do
the
it anymore.
world.
I can't do it anymore. It feels too bad.